What is going on, everyone? I hope all of you are having a wonderful day today. Happy Monday, happy Sunday, depending on the time that you're watching this. Today we're going to be talking about the market squeezing up, Bitcoin hitting over $40,000. I think it might have even touched 41 if I'm not mistaken. I was actually out at dinner and I was like looking at my phone and I'm like, dude, this is freaking insane. And we've been talking about some sort of pump with Bitcoin coming soon. Remember, if you actually go back to my last couple of videos, I literally made a video that said, Bitcoin hitting $50,000, and right now we're breaking freaking through. We did talk about, Bitcoin having to come down to $34,000, but we also mentioned that it doesn't mean that it's necessary, right? Even though we believe the market has to correct, even though I believe the market's overpriced, we talked about that with crypto and with what's going on in the world, anything could literally happen. And even if the market is currently overbought, whatever the case is, the market's going to do whatever the market wants to go ahead and do, right? So I think we're going to go ahead and have a really good freaking start of the week. And I just want to go ahead and say congratulations to all of you that have been holding on very, very tightly throughout this whole entire bear market, dude. It's been freaking insane. I know a lot of you could go ahead and relate. I've been freaking wrecked so many times with this crazy market. Yeah, the last bull run, I made a good amount of money, but I've also lost everything, literally to the point where I had to restart my life. And I'm sure a lot of you completely understand where I'm coming from, right? So I just want to go ahead and say congratulations to all of you that are still here in this market, very, very hectic market. And I do also want to go ahead and say congratulations to everybody that is brand new into this crypto market, right? It's going to be such a freaking journey. You're jumping in at the right freaking time. There's going to be a lot of money to be freaking made. And remember to go ahead and take profits. But that's kind of a long intro, right? I just want to go ahead and say that I'm really grateful for every one of you. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button for me. Like, comment down below. And I also want to go ahead and say thank you for all of your guys' support. Literally, we finally got monetized. Currently in the application phase right now at the moment. You're making literally my dreams come true. I would have never imagined my life to be where I'm at right now. And I just want to go ahead and say thank you for all of you that are literally making my dreams come true. So smash that like button for me. Join the freaking team. And I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited to go ahead and not only document my whole entire journey in this space of crypto, but also, form a community that I've always wanted to have back when the bull run started, and the kind of guidance that I really wanted, right? And I think now with the community that we have forming right now, we have literally each other's back. We literally been giving alpha for to everyone, to each other. Literally all of you are always giving alpha on the live stream. So if you're watching this pre-recorded, I would definitely recommend all of you to go ahead and join me live. Stream's a little bit different today, as I mentioned. Wasn't expecting the market to pump like this, and I'm excited, man. It looks like we're probably going to be live streaming twice a day moving forward. Dabmaster, how's it going? Hope you're having a good one today, bro. I'm glad to go ahead and see you here today. Dabmaster always giving out freaking alpha. I believe he gave out alpha on Beam and a few other ones, and they literally have been freaking pumping, literally printing money. And I also want to go ahead and say that, if this bullish momentum continues to pump, which I'm sure we will, haven't looked into the charts yet, there's going to be a lot of freaking money to be made, and we're literally going to be printing money like the Federal Reserve. So if you want to go ahead and have that feeling of what it feels like literally printing money out of thin air when it comes to trading, smash that like button for me. And, very exciting time to be in the market. I almost kind of want to cry, literally of celebration. But we can't get too excited, right? We need to go ahead and see Bitcoin really still surpass above $40,000. But I do think that $40,000 Bitcoin right now is definitely going to bring a lot of bullish momentum into the market. And we're seeing everything across the board: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano still hasn't really done much. You're seeing Chainlink, like literally everything's freaking pumping. And this is the reason why I say, like, making money out of thin air. Like, if you're not making money in this point of crypto, like, you're definitely doing something wrong, right? Like, there's no way you're not making somewhat of some money right now. Like, literally everything's freaking pumping. Like, you don't even have to be good at TA or any of that. The one thing I do want to go ahead and say, the market's super manipulated though. Dad Master, it's a great day. Awesome, man. Awesome. And I do want to go ahead and say this is one of my preferred platforms, MEXC. This is the platform that I actually go ahead and trade on, and we are currently giving all the way up to $20,000 in sign-up bonuses. No KYC, and literally takes less than 3 seconds to create an account. If you already have an account, go ahead and do me a huge favor and create another one. Have your dog, your mom, your cousin, your uncle, help them create an account. Help me out, and then help your friends and family out, because if this is really the bull run that we're in, and we were actually talking about this with Dad Master, we were talking about how this is a disbelief rally, right? Because I'm still in disbelief. I'm like, dude, nah, this can't be real. This can't be real. But I've literally had a feeling this whole entire time, the last 2 weeks, that something big was gonna happen. Like I just have this strong feeling in my gut, like something huge is coming, like something positive, like some life-changing events in not only my life, but in crypto, dude, like straight up. I'm sure a lot of you could go ahead and relate to that. And it's kind of crazy seeing, you know, literally all of our hard work finally coming true. How's it going, Happy? Hope you're having a good one. Thank you, Soul. Thank you as well. Really appreciate it. Vazilia, long time no see, bro. Hope you're having a good one today. Tillery, how's it going, man? Dogcoin. Yeah, that thing's pumping, bro, isn't it? Let's see, where's Dogcoin at? I do want to talk about some alpha. I know I titled it like freaking Pepe 2.0. It's like freaking pumping or something like that. But we talked about being risk on the market, right? And we're seeing, you know, Dogcoin, that Tillery, shout out to Tillery, gave some alpha on a lot of this. I do want to go ahead and say, you know, obviously everything that we go ahead and talk about here is solely my opinion. Just always know that a lot of these things that we talk about, it's solely speculation. And there's this 80% chance you might go ahead and lose some money, and 20% chance you might make some money. But a lot of the plays that a lot of you have been giving out, such as Tillery, you know, Beam, Dad Master on Beam, Tillery gave out, you know, the play on Dogcoin, and look at this pump right here. Unfortunately, I did not go ahead and jumped in. I didn't jump in. Right now, I'm kind of tied up on all my trades, and I'm waiting to go ahead and refund my account. But right now, the only money that I really do have on the DEX side, the decentralized finance, the DeFi side, is Grok 2.0, which is like doing freaking terrible. Grok has been literally dumping. Like, I got wrecked. I actually got liquidated on my position on Grok yesterday, and I only got liquidated for $400, so it wasn't that bad of a play. But I really do wish I would have taken my profits. I think I was up like $200, which wasn't too bad of a day trade, right? But the issue is right now, with a lot of what's going on with the market, there's certain tokens that are being super manipulated to go ahead and get you liquidated out of your position or get you stopped out. And that's kind of the reason why I'm saying, you know, there's a high probability you might lose money with what we talk about, right? So enter at your own risk. I know a lot of you understand the risk to this. You know, we're pure degens. We love the high risk. we're literally trading freaking meme tokens with leverage, bro. Like, how more of a degen can you really get, right? But for all those that are brand new to the channel, I do want to go ahead and say there's a lot of freaking money to be made, and you will make a lot of freaking money just by tuning into these live streams. Not based off what I say, but based off what chat says. Like, literally, we have a lot of smart individuals here. I really wish we were able to bring up everybody live. If anybody ever wants to go ahead and join me live, that'd be pretty cool. You know what I mean? I'd be more than glad to go ahead and have you, you know, jump on live stream with me. That'd be really sick. And if that's something you'd be interested in, reach out to me on Twitter at ALTCOIN I don't think I'm signing in onto my Twitter right now. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not. So I'm not going to go ahead and sign up right now. But I do need to go ahead and sign up. But if you would be interested to go ahead and join me live one of these days, go ahead and reach out to me, ALTCOIN on Twitter. And by the way, ALTCOIN and then JON. So pretty much the same thing as my Twitter. You won't miss it. Same branding, same everything. But a lot of you have been giving alpha. You know what I mean? Tillery gave Dog. Dad Master gave out Beam, I believe. This thing's at a 625 million market cap. Like, look at this thing. Like, this thing was printing me money as well. But I got pretty wrecked on Beam too, because it was being super manipulated. these last couple of days because the whole market was so indecisive. I know a lot of you as well mentioned that, you know, you guys told me that you were going to take a break from trading because of how manipulated the market has been these last couple of days, right? And I also kind of took a break. The only thing I'm really in right now, besides the fact that I got wrecked on Grok yesterday, it's Pepe 2.0, and this thing's like literally the only thing holding on my portfolio, and I'm freaking glad I loaded it up on my portfolio around here. And we're gonna go ahead and talk about Pepe 2.0 right now, and possibly Wall Street memes. I think Wall Street memes is also going to have the short squeeze we've been talking about. Pepe 2.0 is getting ready for that 300 to 500% pump, in my opinion. We literally talked about this, I think, on Friday, and I mentioned this. Be very, very careful moving forward. I do feel like there's going to be a massive pump on Pepe 2, and we've actually been pumping, right? But enough with that being said, I want to go ahead and say, Tillery says 6 million market cap now in 2 days. That's freaking insane. Suave, how's it going, man? I hope you're having a good one today. Dadmaster, do you know about TEC TET layer 2 for BTC, CAS privacy for BTC transactions? Total supply is only 10 million. No, that's freaking insane, man. Let's go ahead and look at that real quick. Privacy coins. Is it a privacy coin? We're gonna go ahead and save that. Oh, it's actually on MEXC too. I wonder if they're doing futures on this. Are they doing futures? No futures. So only spot trading on this, but still, let's go ahead and see how long this thing, or when it started pumping. Let's see, 1 month ago. It's about 55%. It's not doing bad. It actually looks like some sort of cup and handle pattern is going to be forming very, very soon before a breakout to $16. Sorry, I just burped into the freaking mic. Let's see this. Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's see what they do, and then feel free to go ahead and show any project down below. If it's like one of those projects that it's very difficult to go ahead and find through the ticker symbol, I would recommend all of you to go ahead and put the smart contract down below. I will go ahead and approve it, but I think that'd be the easiest way. If any of you want me to go ahead and review, or you want to show any token, go ahead on chat. Just go ahead and post the smart contract down below. That'd be like the easiest way on my end in order to go ahead and showcase the fastest blockchains for all industries. How do you pronounce this? Tecum is the world's fastest blockchain, a lightning-fast distributed ledger powering the superconductive digital financial environment. Why do they have to use these fancy words? Just make it seem like so freaking cool. Exceeds 1 million TPS and provides instant event status delivery ownership updates. Crypto wallet 3FA. I never heard of 3FA. Interesting. Fastest blockchain, eh? SoftNote is the first ever transactionless product with instant payment, zero fee processing from an end user. SoftNote has physical cash elements. For example, a Bitcoin SoftNote bill can be printed on paper, does not require a confirmation from the Bitcoin network, incurs no fees, and has no geographical boundaries. What does that mean? I don't know what this means. The SoftNote has a physical cash elements. Is it kind of giving like an example? I think that's what it means, right? Therefore, the SoftNote can be used person to person, sent over any messenger application as a picture file, or sent by a wallet to wallet. A SoftNote is secured by a passcode, rendering it useless to an unauthorized processor. That's interesting. TIA AI chat, introducing an AI bot, your personal assistant designed to unlock the full potential of SoftNote. This is interesting. I tell you that. This is pretty cool. You know, the thing that kind of sold me is the fact that it has AI. And you know what? We kind of talked about this these last couple of days about anything with the word AI or any kind of blockchain that has something to do with AI is going to be very, very bullish. And without me even having to freaking do too much deep diving, because I'm going to be honest with you, right? We could go ahead and sit here and freaking read the white paper on a lot of these blockchains, and they could be the most revolutionary freaking like technology out there. But if people don't care about it or don't want to adopt to it, or there's no hype behind it, it kind of goes out the door, right? And I'm sure a lot of you know there's other projects out there that are way better than the top coins that we most likely transact in, and nobody cares about them, right? Like, for example, like VeChain. Like, what is VeChain at, right? I think VeChain's a pretty good blockchain, what they have to offer, but, you know, people really don't care about it. And that's kind of the reason why I no longer do deep research on crypto like I used to back in the day. Like, I used to just freaking sit here and read all the white paper and really like deep dive into all of this before I came into investing. And I'm not saying you shouldn't go ahead and do that, but because crypto, in my opinion, is still a speculation, even if you do go ahead and do your best freaking analysis, like literally look into the team, read the white paper, have the best freaking blockchain analysis, you look at the smart contract, if the token doesn't take off because people are just not feeling it, it's not going to take off, regardless of how revolutionary the technology is, right? So Techum sounds pretty cool. It has AI, and for that reason, I'm kind of sold on it. We talked about it, you know, last week, that anything with the AI is going to take off, in my opinion. I think it's going to be super, super hyped. I think even in the next couple months, in the next coming year, we definitely will go ahead and have a surplus of Web 2 companies being out in, you know, Silicon Valley, out in San Francisco, probably coming up with new startups revolving AI worldwide. I think a lot of these new startups are going to be coming out around the AI space. I've already been seeing them through LinkedIn, like literally looking at LinkedIn and looking at the job posts. There's like, I've been seeing so many new companies, stealth companies that are coming out offering their, you know, their AI services, and they're looking for, you know, account executives, senior directors, and all of this. And this is kind of telling me that, you know, Web 2, the physical world that we live in, a lot of actual companies that are looking to go ahead and go live, like on the NASDAQ or on the stock exchange, are going to be coming out as well, right? So this is giving us a sign, and if AI, which it will, we've been seeing an uptrend with, you know, with ChatGPT. Now we have Grok, an actual AI that Elon is working on. We have a lot of these AI tokens being pumped as well, Telegram bots. I think it's safe to say that freaking AI is going to be the new meta, right? So with that being said, without going too deep research into a lot of these projects, which it is necessary, but in my opinion, as I mentioned, not financial advice. Anything that I would be holding on to with a lot of these projects, I'm either trading them or I'm holding on to like the top projects that I really believe in, that are going to be, I guess, if you want to call them revolutionary, right? But for me personally, I'm trading most of these tokens. I'm going to be trading most of these tokens. I'm going to make my money, and I'm going to be out. And, you know, I might have some moonbacks for some of these projects, but for the most part, I'm just going to go ahead and ride the wave. I'm going to go ahead and just cash out on a lot of these projects. And I would recommend a lot of you, not financial advice, to also take profits when it comes to a lot of these projects. You do not want to be left holding a bag. I've experienced a lot of that from last bull run, and you definitely do not want to go ahead and experience that, where, you know, the market is freaking pumping, you don't take profits, and then you get wrecked, right? Because the narratives could change this freaking quick. So in my opinion, based on what I went through, I'm going to be taking freaking profits left and right with a lot of these tokens. And that's the reason why I'm trading them. And as I mentioned, focus on anything with the narrative on AI. And comment down below, what are your thoughts? Do you think AI is going to be the next narrative? Have you been seeing those signals where everybody's getting hyped up about AI? Maybe you're seeing AI being used around your career, your job. You know, maybe you're seeing it being used at around, you know, stores, your local, you know, convenience store or something like that. But I've been seeing the changes, you know, I've been seeing the changes, and you can just go ahead and see on LinkedIn, and you can go ahead and see it for yourself, that there's a lot of companies that are currently in the startup phase right now that are working on this new AI systems for a lot of these other, you know, businesses to go ahead and offer, you know, B2B services. Tillery says ALTCOIN gonna hit $10 million soon. I wouldn't be surprised, man. This thing's at 86% right now. 6.6 million, 262,000, 1.53 thousand holders, over 2 million of volume. High risk, high reward. When it comes to tokens like this, when they're pumping, I usually don't ever recommend, you know, jumping in while they're pumping. But the problem is that this thing already had its breakout. So in reality, we don't know where it's going to stop. Also keep in mind, It does have a very, very low supply. It has 963 million. I mean, it's not that low. It's almost at a billion, right? But it has a low supply compared to these Pepe tokens that have trillions. This actually has a pretty low supply. So realistically, you know how a lot of people talk about, Shiba going to $1. Well, ALTCOIN actually realistically could hit $1. Not saying it will, not saying it will, but I'm saying it realistically could hit $1, right? So, very good supply on this. Liquidity does seem to be locked for about 12 months too. If you are looking to go ahead and enter any token, I usually would suggest, jumping into them. Not financial advice, but I would suggest jumping into them when they're at a retracement. Like right now, I think you kind of late to the party. But who am I to tell you anything, right? This was a freaking bullish breakout. Like if I was looking at this the last couple of days ago, I would have been able to tell you that there was going to be some sort of breakout to the upside, and this is where you would have want to buy, right? Right now, you can take on that risk to go ahead and buy and possibly get wrecked. But what I would go ahead and do is I would just go ahead and wait for this thing to retrace and then just buy the dip. And it doesn't have to happen, right? I also want to mention that it doesn't mean because it pumped like freaking crazy. Let's see how much it has pumped actually. It has pumped over 100%, which is a 1x. It doesn't mean it has to dump, but I would go ahead and wait for some sort of retracement to happen. There's going to be a lot of people taking profits. I mean, you're already seeing some, but as well, it also means that maybe it just takes off. Just be very, very cautious. Dabmaster says, GMM fam, if you want a quality meme coin, C2Fi backs it, utility, and an NFT coming soon, less than 1 million market cap. Dude, that's freaking bullish. That is freaking bullish. So let's look at this. C2Fi. C2Fi is actually pretty backed by a lot of venture capitals. GM fam. I remember this. I think we saw this on Friday, right? Dude, I gotta write these down because literally all my freaking tokens have been getting erased. Maybe I put some settings on my computer where everything gets erased every time I exit a page. I think I gotta change those settings off because that's kind of annoying. It signs me out. It logs me out of my account. And it also deletes all my freaking portfolios that I had on my watch list. Or maybe not. I think I'm just capping. No, but I could have sworn I already saved this one too. Is it this one, by the way, Dabmaster? Is this the one? Dabmaster says it allows privacy. Nice. Advocate NY. What do you think about Baby Doge? I think anything with the meme tokens are definitely going to be something you want to have in your portfolio, in my opinion. I think anything with any kind of meme token, when we start entering this kind of meme coin season, it's worth having some risk on the market. And we kind of talked about this the last couple of days ago, how we should have risk on in the market, especially right now. We are seeing a lot of people feeling a little bit more degenerate, and you're starting to see this across the board. I mean, you're seeing Wall Street memes, which we're going to actually go ahead and talk about this. I've actually talked about a Wall Street meme short squeeze literally months ago, like probably a little bit over 2 months ago. And we talked about a short squeeze about Pepe 2 over 6 months ago. And literally we saw Pepe 2 run from 2 million market cap all the way up to 40 something million market cap in like less than 2 to 3 weeks, right? And that's because you have to go ahead and understand these trends early on. And I think Wall Street memes is going to be one that's going to have a very similar pump to Pepe 2. So if you're currently watching this stream or you're watching this pre-recorded, make sure to probably skip around if you want, or just go ahead and stay tuned and watch till the end of the stream. We're going to talk about Wall Street memes right now and a few other tokens of some breakout patterns that we're actually seeing. And the best thing out of all of this is that you can actually go ahead and leverage trade Wall Street memes and Pepe 2.0 on my preferred platform, obviously MEXC, which you could go ahead and use my link down below. 3 seconds to friggin' create an account. And as I mentioned, it does help support the channel. But let's go ahead and look at this token that Dabmaster suggested us, GM fam, okay? It has a 896,000 market cap, 302,000 of liquidity, almost about 8,000 holders. Very, very low volume right now, which I don't like. But when you start entering tokens like this, you want to get in before it starts running up. And we are seeing that this thing's actually getting ready to break out. And this is the reason why I'm saying, right now with meme tokens, and we'll talk about Doge, Baby Doge, as well. A lot of these tokens are going to be having a lot of very similar breakout patterns. Like you don't have to be a TA genius. And we talked about this. Like this is literally the same breakout pattern we did with freaking Pepe 2, with what else? What's the other token? Bonk. And a few other tokens, like literally the same freaking breakout pattern. And this is literally exactly reminding me of Pepe 2. So if you are looking to go ahead and, you know, get in a project that you're willing to go ahead and risk a little bit more money in, or some money in, to go ahead and make a nice little return, this could be the play. About 300% pump. Just do understand when it comes to a lot of these meme tokens, I don't know exactly what GM fam does, but as I mentioned, any kind of token like this, you know, that's sitting with this kind of what we just talked about, you know, the market cap, you know, the volume is a bit my biggest concern, right? But the thing is that when you start seeing this kind of low volume, and you understand what we're looking at, we're seeing some sort of breakout pattern coming very, very soon. This is usually the time you want to take some sort of risk. Like if you're willing to risk some money right now, you're feeling a little bit more degenerate, this is where you start putting your money in. You know, even $100 could literally make you a couple $100s or a couple thousands. And that's the people that really make the money. You know, when you hear these stories about, you know, the ALTCOIN millionaires, the freaking Shiba Inu millionaires, the Pepe millionaires, those are because those were people that were willing to take on the risk early on. And you have to ask yourself, is this a project that I'm willing to go ahead and throw in some money? Miss Pepe, don't worry. Keep calm and say GM fam. Like good morning fam, is that what it stands for? It's not another meme coin, good morning fam, long for GM fam. We're a wake up call to the world that we're not just here for the tech or the gains, we're here for the good vibes. Cap, we're here to make money, chat. That's what we're here to do, right? Remember this, all these projects that we're talking about, you do not want to go ahead and marry your bags. I wouldn't even recommend being part of the community, but if you really want to go ahead and like feel, you know, like you're doing something in this space and you want to really spend your time in the community, I think that's one of the best ways to really learn about, you know, the whole entire game of crypto and how it works. I would recommend a lot of you to jump onto the telegrams of a lot of these groups. But literally when it comes to a lot of these tokens, it's like literally a cult, right? You're literally following a cult and you really fall into this cult really deep. You're not going to go ahead and sell for profits and you're going to get left holding the bag, right? So I do want to go ahead and recommend everybody that if you do jump into any of these freaking tokens, which I'm not even part of their Telegram or any of it. I don't care about them, right? All I do is look out for patterns, and that's really what I do. But if you are in these Telegrams and you're on their Twitter active, you get to know what's going to be coming in news a lot sooner than most people, right? You might know there's going to be some huge marketing that's going to be coming in out next week, or there's going to be a huge, you know, collaboration with a big influencer, so you might know when to buy, right? That's the only time I recommend looking into this. But when it comes to community, when it comes to a lot of these tokens, I wouldn't even, you know, it's okay if you really believe truly in one or two communities, but just don't fall in love with a lot of these tokens. Remember, these tokens most of them are here just to be temporary. We're here to make our money, and we're here to go ahead and put our money into other assets, such as, you know, if you want to invest in real estate, I don't know, watches, card collections, Pokemon cards, I don't know, whatever, you know, your hobby is. I would recommend that to be the best way to move your money once you start making your money in this space, or maybe moving it into the higher altcoins, right? The ones that there's a high probability they're still going to be here in the next 3 years, right? A lot of these meme tokens are not going to be here. Just want to go ahead and say that. So your goal when it comes to this and what we're seeing in the market is for you to make money, enjoy the money, spend it, I don't know, go on vacation, do whatever you want with your money. But use that money and don't dime in hand. Like if you're up 100 grand, 80,000, 200,000, $500,000, I don't know, $40,000, and it might be somewhat of life-changing money, take some of that money, half of it, maybe 80% of it, leave a small little bag if you truly believe in the community, diversify your portfolio and use the money, right? You don't want to go ahead and hold on to a project, be up 100 grand because, you know, the developer said that, you know, diamond hands forever, and then you end up freaking being exit liquidity, right? We don't want to go ahead and repeat that cycle. That's something I definitely do want to go ahead and encourage. Take freaking profits, okay? No bag holding. Like I'm literally gonna make some merch that says no diamond hands or something like that, because we can't be doing that, right? We can't be diamond handing a lot of these projects. Billy, how's it going, man? Let's freaking go. Pepe 2, I agree with you. Dabmaster, Vasilio, community, LOL. That's a funny thing. Vasily says, I believe in Filecoin community. Well, see, that's an actual real project, bro. Vasilio, that's an actual real community, right? That's a real community right there. Filecoin's a real community with real utility. I'm not saying none of these are not to like, you know, not to go ahead and talk down on anything or anybody, right? I'm not here to talk down on anybody's project or on anybody's vision. I'm just here to go ahead and give you a reminder to take profits when it comes to a lot of these meme tokens. Dabmaster feels pretty confident that this thing could do 100x. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it could. He says it's actually backed by Cetify. So that's a huge green flag, right? But regardless of the fact, as I mentioned, I encourage all of you to take profits on a lot of these projects. And there's going to be a lot of money to be made, right? That's all I want to say. There's going to be a lot of money to be made that you'll make more money when you take profits and diversify your portfolio. Because like right now, for example, I'm tied up on Pepe 2 that I can't jump into none of these projects because I'm so tied up into one project. You know what I mean? I got wrecked on Grok yesterday. So I'm really tied up to one project. So it's like I'm almost needed for Pepe 2.0 to do its thing, take off, in order for me to make a couple grand and then start diversifying my portfolio once again, right? So whatever works for you, if you have money to diversify in right now, a couple grand, a couple $100 just throw around, then do it that way. But if you understand a token more, like I know how to trade Pepe 2. I know how to trade it. I'm learning how to trade Grok. Grok is like super manipulated, bro. I've been getting freaking wrecked by Grok so many times. Like I lost 20 grand off of Grok literally like 2 weeks and a half ago, something like that. And yeah, I'm still kind of trading the token, right? And yesterday I'm like, you know what, man? I'm kind of getting a feel of how Grok moves. And I would recommend a lot of you just trade what you understand. I understand how Bonk moves. I'm starting to understand how Grok moves. I'm starting to understand a little bit of how Beam works. But I completely understand how Pepe 2.0 moves, bro. Like I literally know Pepe 2.0 like I freaking know like the back of my hand, dude. Like straight up. Like that's how good I know Pepe 2 because I've analyzed it, right? So for me, moving forward, I'm going to be focusing on trades that I understand. So that's kind of the reason why I'm not like really diversifying my portfolio. If I trade anything, I'm only going to be trading Pepe 2, Bonk, Beam, Wall Street memes. I don't know how to trade, but I'm going to learn how to trade that one. Grok, I'm starting to learn how to trade that one a little bit better. And then I'm going to go ahead and learn how, I'm starting to learn how to trade Luna a little bit. That one's super volatile too and super manipulated. So right now, for me personally, I'm focusing on just one token to trade, and that's Pepe 2. Right now, until I grow my bag and I start diversifying, I'm gonna throw money into Bonk, Beam, Wall Street memes, and Wall Street memes I think is gonna be another big player compared to Pepe 2. And for me, I'm not here to freaking like chase 10 different projects and make, you know, my money. I'm here to just literally select 5 good tokens that I understand and trade them. That's literally what my idea is. I understood now, you know, that you don't have to be trading 20, 30, 50 different tokens to really make your money. As long as you understand something, you'll be making more money than the person that's chasing every freaking new hype token, right? Right now, I'm not going to be throwing any money on any other token, even if we talk about it, unless I really feel like, you know what, I'm going to throw some money on this. Like, for example, a GM fam seems like a breakout. Why wouldn't I throw in a couple $100, right? This would be a good trade setup. But as I mentioned, for me, I'm only focusing on Pepe 2, Bonk, Grok right now, Beam, and Wall Street memes for now. And I think probably Terra or some other freaking tokens that we have. I'm going to trade on I'm just going to focus on trading those. I would rather make my money on like 5 freaking tokens or even 3 than like throwing my money in all these freaking projects and not know, right? Because even, for example, when I'm trading the stock market, that's literally all I do. Like I've literally been trading the stock. When I trade the stock market and I'm trading options, I only trade Riot, Mara, AMC, Macy's. Macy's has been like my huge player, bro. I know how to freaking trade Macy's. Like I always make money off of Macy's trade. And I think Macy's is at a breakout right now, which I knew was going to happen. But that's because I understand these freaking patterns of these stocks or cryptos. You don't have to overcomplicate yourself, right? If you're trading a lot of these tokens, stick to just trading 5 tokens and you'll make so much freaking more money than trying to freaking chase every pump or every pattern. Focus on 5 and you'll freaking make a killing. Trust me. I literally trade this. If I do trade the stock market, it's only AMC, Riot, Mara sometimes, and then we start trading Macy's. And then what's the 5th one? I think there's another 5th one that I have somewhere in there. I can't remember. But literally, I know the three for sure. Riot, AMC, and Macy's. Those are freaking the three stocks that I freaking trade, and I always freaking make all my money back. Every freaking time. Because I understand how those stocks move, how the cryptos move, and that's what I would recommend a lot of you. Obviously, just my opinion, not financial advice. I'm just telling you what works for me. What works for me might not work for you, right? I'm just telling you what works for me and what has been working for me. So you might not even catch me jumping into a lot of these tokens, honestly. I'm only going to be trading a handful of them because I'm going with what I feel comfortable, and that's what I would encourage all of you to jump into. You know, we talked about this whole entire meta as well with metaverse inspired tokens. Anything with AI, I believe Beam is like a launch pad or something like that. It also has something to do with gaming and NFTs. Bullish. That's all I have to know. I don't have to freaking do no white paper. To me, I'm just here to trade, bro. Like, there is going to be a lot of them with very, very good technology as a promise, but I'm suggesting a lot of you don't fall into that rabbit hole of freaking literally reading all these white papers and freaking understanding all this blockchain and all these smart contracts and then freaking spending all this time when literally all you have to understand is that the freaking meta is metaverse and AI, and that's all you have to focus on. Literally any token that has the word AI is gonna freaking pump. Any token that's related to metaverse or NFT is gonna pump. Just keep it very, very simple. Don't overanalyze any of this. I used to do that back last bull run. You know, I used to sit there, overanalyze stuff, read the white paper, listen to like all this BS. It's like, you don't have to overanalyze it. For example, Grok. We know Grok is a new hot thing right now. AI narrative. Anything with AI is gonna pump. Anything with metaverse is going to pump, especially if Meta, Facebook comes back in action talking about this new metaverse. Guess where the hype's going to come? The metaverse. So every freaking token related to the metaverse, even if it's a shitty token, even if it's a complete scam token, like literally no game is being built in the back end, guess what? It's going to freaking pump to 100x plus. So don't overcomplicate any of this. All you have to see is the patterns of this. We had the freaking dog patterns. That's where we had all the doges, baby doges, the Flokis. That was a meme token, right? The meme token space where it was all the dog tokens. Then we had the Pepe tokens. We had all the freaking Pepe the frogs, Pepe this, Pepe 3.0, Pepe your mom, you know, all of this, Pepe dog. We had all these kind of freaking Pepes coming out of thin air. New meta. That thing's over. We had the AI or the Telegram bot freaking meta, where we had Unibot, which is actually a legit project, but we also had a lot of these scammy, you know, supposedly Telegram bot tokens that pumped like crazy. Then we had the X, you know, when Twitter first announced to change their name, X. You had all these X tokens being released, X 2.0, X this, X your mom, X this, you know what I mean? Then we had, guess what other meta we had? We had the Elon Musk meta with the Cybertruck. I saw a whole bunch of them. Actually, one of them rug pulled too. And that thing did millions of freaking market cap. And it rug pulled just probably a few days ago. As soon as Elon Musk released the Cybertrucks or started doing deliveries, they rug pulled. Why? Because it's no longer relevant, right? So you have to keep in mind with these metas. Like right now, for example, like keep it very simple. If we see gorillas pumping, there might be a gorilla 2.0 out there. If we see, you know, freaking Jesus, I'm sure there's a freaking Jesus 2.0 coin out there right now pumping, right? It's really, really simple. You don't have to overcomplicate this thing. It's a lot more simple than a lot of people think. I say that, you know, from personal experience, that I sometimes overanalyze a lot of this shit. And I started to realize that a lot of these patterns are super, super freaking common. Right now, Grok is hot, right? The next couple weeks or couple months, something's going to be hot. You know, freaking butterfly emu is going to be hot. And it might be a whole entire trend with just butterflies. And you have to understand these narratives. So it doesn't really matter what freaking token does what, as long as you catch onto the narrative early. If you would have caught on to Grok early, or you understood what was going on with the Grok hype, you could have thrown your money into like Grok 2.0, baby Grok, and all these tokens, and you could have made so much freaking money. Why? Because people are always looking out for the next project because they missed out on, right? So the next meta, keep your eyes out. We don't know what the next meta is, but be in the lookout. As soon as you go ahead and hear something new coming out, literally, it's so easy where you just start throwing your money into these random meme tokens that are related with the project that they're talking about. Like, let's say butterfly, you know, butterfly emu is a hot thing. They're butterflies. People love butterflies, right? just an example. And now you start going and start looking, if that butterfly token does a 10 million market cap, now you start looking at butterfly 2.0, butterfly 3.0, butterfly, you know, emu, I don't know. And it's really that easy, right? You don't have to overcomplicate, sit here, do TA, freaking join the community. You know, it does help understanding the community, understanding the socials, understanding the charts. But when it comes to a lot of these meme tokens, literally just catching onto the trend early on and understanding it, and that's it. Yeah, Filecoin is really, really good. Pith, is this a good project? Yeah, Pith is pretty good. I heard about Pith. I was actually looking for an entry on Pith. We actually talked about Pith. I believe Glenn was saying that this is supposed to be like the Solana killer, if I'm not mistaken. And he was saying that the narrative behind that, his thoughts were, we had the ETH killer at one point, which is supposed to be Cardano. And then people were getting super overhyped. It's like, oh, freaking, you know, Cardano is going to replace Ethereum because of the gas fees, right? Well, Glenn said that he believes that Pith network is supposed to be like the Solana killer, right? So he's going off that narrative. I don't know about it, but it makes sense. You know, you have to put one and one together and come out with the conclusion of possibly being two. As I mentioned, there's an 80% chance you might lose your money here. I'm not saying this is guaranteed. This is all speculation. We're literally all trying to figure out from patterns. The more you understand how people navigate, especially in the space of crypto, you start to understand how a lot of these breakout patterns, not only in trends, but also in the momentum of the hype, you're able to catch on early on. So if he says that Pith is supposed to be the Solana killer, well, guess what's trending right now? Guess what's freaking hot and what has been killing it in the space so far? Freaking Solana. So wouldn't it make sense to possibly be jumping into a project that could be potentially marketed as the freaking Solana killer, right? I think that's what he said. I'm not sure, but I could have sworn I think he said the Pith is supposed to be like the Solana killer. And if that's the narrative, guess what's pumping right now? I mean, look at Solana. In 1 year, 383% pump, bro. That's a 3x. Freaking 3x from September. It was at $19, $65. I think Solana is freaking overpriced, but guess what? I'm jumping into any token that's related to Solana on the blockchain. You know, who asked? Advocate NY asked, what about Bonk? Well, Bonk, the reason why I'm only freaking bullish is because I believe Solana is going to continue to pump. Every time Solana pumps, guess what else pumps? Bonk. And I only knew that because Billy told me that. So see, I learn from every one of you, and I just analyze this to confirm. And it's confirmed that every time, usually, there's sometimes a slight delay. Every time Solana pumps, guess what freaking pumps? Bonk. Look at this. You can't make this thing up, man. I'm telling you, it's very, very simple. Don't overanalyze this. Don't start looking at like freaking 50 videos and like try to freaking find the next blockchain that's gonna be revolutionary, that's gonna save the freaking planet, and it's gonna save energy. Like, dude, like don't focus on that. Focus on like literally the most simplest things right now. Right now, Solana's pumping. It's at $65. Freaking literally in the last freaking 7 days did a 14% pump. Literally. From $55 to $65. You're like, dude, that's not that much. It's not life-changing money. Well, guess what? If you were leverage trading this on MEXC, where you could leverage trade all the way up to 200x, that little pump would have made you a couple grand, maybe a couple 100,000, depending on your size that you're trading, right? But because Solana pumps, guess what else pumps? Bonk. Why? Because Bonk runs on the Solana blockchain. Look at this freaking market cap. 388 million. You can't make this thing up. Like, I hate Solana, but look, apparently 1.15 million people don't. So it doesn't matter what John cares, right? I think Solana is overpriced. I think Solana doesn't impress me. You know, I could be wrong. Maybe Solana is a next revolutionary freaking blockchain and it surpasses freaking ETH, which, you know, obviously has a very, very strong community. And I think Solana is more of a life kind of brand style kind of brand. That's the reason why people love Solana. I never liked Solana. I've always thought it was overpriced, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to trade it to make money, right? Look at this. Solana pumped. Let's just say, how much did it pump? Just to go ahead and give you an example. Let's just say it pumped 14%. Let's just say it pumped 14%. Look at what freaking Bonk did. 37% pump. It almost literally doubled its price. Market cap it's almost at 400 million, literally almost close to a freaking billion market cap. You can't make any of this up. And literally the only narrative is, I'm not looking at the community. I'm not looking at their Twitter. I think they also came out with a new Crash Bank, which is like a casino where they do a burn, which is very, very bullish, right? So if you understand a little bit of what they're doing in the back end, it helps you trade these tokens a lot better, but you don't have to. It's just an edge, right? If you understand what the team is doing, maybe they hired maybe they hired BitBoy to do their marketing, right? I'm sure people would get bullish regardless of how people feel about BitBoy, but let's say Bonk partnered up with BitBoy. You knew they were partnering up with them. Maybe it might be a time to go ahead and jump in, right? Because you understand that maybe that influence is going to push the token up even further. You could do it that way, or you could just understand, put one and one together. Solana pumps. Guess what's going to pump? Bonk. And that's it. That's all you got to do. These levels look risky. I was telling chat this for a while. I'm like, dude, trading this is risky for me. It almost freaks me out. Even looking at Solana's chart freaks me out, bro, because really no support has really been found. But as long as you understand the narrative of Solana pumping, Solana is going to hit $100. I think Solana is going to be $500 plus in the bull run. And if Solana is going to be $500 plus in a bull run, don't you think Bonk could potentially hit 1 billion market cap? I mean, we're almost halfway there. I mean, we literally almost were at like halfway there. You know, we were about to hit 400 million right now, but it's dumping, and it's probably dumping because we're talking about it right now, like no cap. So be very, very careful. I would not suggest any of you to enter any trades when we're live streaming. I wouldn't. That's why I don't. That's why I don't have any freaking open positions when I'm live streaming, because I've noticed whales freaking look at our live stream. I never thought, you know, the channel was this important, but there's whales out there, you know, that watch the channel, and literally, you know, if I tell you, which I never tell anybody to buy, but if I suggest a project, they usually start to dump it on us. So be very, very careful. I wouldn't suggest any of you opening up trades while I'm talking about these projects, because more than likely, you're probably more than likely going to get freaking wrecked, right? So just be very, very careful. But even for Bonk, I would wait for a retracement. This thing is probably going to hit 1 billion, right? If you're trading this on like, you're literally putting your money on, like, I don't know what platform you use. I'm assuming Uniswap, I don't know, to trade Solana or trade Bonk. You're not going to make as much money. Like, what is it? Let's say a 5x. If let's just say this is at a 500 million market cap and it does a 1 billion, right? You're only going to hit a 5x with your money. But if you're leverage trading this, a 5x, if Bonk does a 5x for his all-time high and you leverage trade on MEXC, you know how much money you'll freaking make? A 5x is not crazy money, right? That means you turn $1,000 into $5,000. But if you're leverage trading, let's say with 10, a 15, 20x on MEXC, plus Bonk does a 5x, you know how much money you'll freaking make? You'll make a boatload of freaking money. So that's why a lot of these tokens, especially the higher cap meme tokens, I'm leverage trading them on MEXC. I would never touch this, honestly, because his market cap is very, very high in my opinion. If it wasn't on MEXC, if you weren't able to leverage trade this, I wouldn't be touching it. Just because like a 5x of my money, it's a high risk. Like, it's not worth risking my money for only a 5x. Meaning, if you put in $1,000 and you're risking all your money to only make $5,000, to me, it doesn't make any sense. But if you risk $300 on MEXC or $100 and you're using 15x leverage, 20x leverage, which is really, really risky, by the way, now you're only risking $100 to make possibly $5,000 out of your $100, right? So do you see where, like, why I prefer leverage trading? Because you risk less money with a higher potential of making more money, as opposed to you go directly on this, you're risking more of your own money and only to make barely any money. Like $5,000 is not going to be freaking crazy. If you have $1,000, it might be life changing to a lot of you, but think about waiting for the breakout, waiting for it to actually do the 5x, wait for it to retrace, wait for it to consolidate, doing all that. But do it on MEXC, does a 35% pump, your $100 probably already turned to $1,000 depending on the leverage you use. Take your profits, now you have $1,000, wait for it to retrace, buy the dip. It does another 40% pump, 30%, even 20% pump out of your $1,000 with 10x leverage. You might double or triple your account. And you see how easy it becomes once you have $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, and which I wouldn't suggest throwing your money into a lot of these meme tokens. Like, at the most, in my opinion, not financial advice, you probably only want to be leverage. You want to be leverage trading a position with a lot of these meme tokens, no more than like $8,000 to $5,000 with leverage, because these are very, very volatile tokens. And sometimes, like, if the liquidity is not there, the volume's not there, you're gonna get freaking wrecked. It's happened to me many, many times, and now I know that I wouldn't, even if I had 20 grand right now sitting, I would never throw 20 G's all in bulk. Like, I would only risk 3 to 5 grand, at the most 8,000, and that's it, leverage trading it. I wouldn't throw no more than that. Even if you have 50 grand, I wouldn't throw my money into bonk like that, or any of these meme tokens. I would suggest no more, not financial advice, no more than 8,000, 5,000 being at the max. 3,000, it's like perfect. Even $1,000 is pretty good, but no more than that, because I've noticed that you start to get wrecked if the volume starts to decrease. Closing a position, if you're up $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 on MEXC and there isn't enough volume, in order for you to close out your position, you're gonna get freaking wrecked. So that's another huge concern that I do want to talk about when it comes to these meme tokens. That's why you don't want to be doing no more than freaking $8,000. I would say 5 grand is perfect. But if you want to really, you know, feel a little bit more degen, 8 grand would be max on Pepe 2, on Bonk, or any of the Grok. You don't want to be doing no more than that. I'm just telling you based on experience. All right, I'm just telling you what I've been through on these tokens, and I've noticed that, you know, once you start approaching $8,000 and above with leverage, you know, you have 10x leverage, 20x leverage, you know, you're talking about your $8,000 being an $80,000 position. You don't want to be having an $80,000 position on any of these tokens, especially if volume decreases. Taking profits is going to be a pain, and you might lose a lot of money trying to close out because there isn't enough volume to go ahead and close it. So that's what I would, you know, just a pointer out there. Tillery says Shib had a freaking pump. Nice. Billy says I need Pepe 2.0 to pop. I'm the same. Dabmaster says in stocks, I'm all in on Bits Farm BITF. I used to trade BITF. They will 10x by the BTC halving. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. If you're into stocks and you do options, or you just want to go ahead and jump into stocks, I would suggest anything in the blockchain sector that's mining, pump, bro. Pump. If you have a Roth IRA that you can freaking, like, you could actually have access to, or you have a financial advisor, try to get, you know, a little bit of exposure to anything related to Bitcoin mining on the stock exchange. For example, Coinbase, Riot, Mara. I think there's another one called like Hut or something like that. There's a lot of mining companies on the stock exchange, but the top ones are Riot and Mara. Those are the top two that I know, and then the one that Dabmaster says. Those, if you're trying to have exposure to the crypto market before the ETF comes out, and you're trying to have that on your Roth IRA or even on your 401k, I don't know how that works. I don't have a freaking 401k, but if you have a financial advisor, try to see if you could go ahead and get in and ask them to go ahead and put you on any of the, have a little bit of risk onto a lot of these, what is called crypto mining companies. They're gonna freaking 10x. Last time Bitcoin freaking pumped to its all-time high, I was literally trading Mara at like over freaking $80 a freaking share, dude. Like, I was making, like, I remember this one time I made like about $60,000 in one trade off of trading options. So with this whole entire bullish momentum, even though I don't touch the stock market anymore, I might consider throwing in a couple of $1,000s into some contracts that are in the mining space. Riot, Mara, those are the two that I know. There's a lot more. Having some exposure, because if Bitcoin continues to go up, a lot of these blockchain related companies that are publicly traded in the stock exchange, they're going to pump just as much. That's another alpha right there. And they usually freaking pump like crazy, and you might be able to, probably contract prices are a little bit higher right now, but if you could get your hands on some freaking options or some stocks in the blockchain sector on the stock exchange, that could be another play for you too. Just a heads up. Those do really freaking good, just like Dabmaster says. Ryan, good morning, bro. Hope you're having a good one. Tillery says Shib had a pump. Everything pumping because BTC pumping. BTC at 40K. Stop playing. Year BTC 16K to 40K% up 135%. Bone pumping too. Luna pumped. Yeah, everything's freaking pumping, bro. Bonk going crazy. I agree with you, man. 100% freaking sure. James, how's it going, man? Long time no see, bro. Pepe 2.0, 6.3. I think Pepe 2.0 could definitely go ahead and delete 2 more zeros. So I mean, we're halfway through freaking hitting 40 million market cap, and I actually have some money that's coming through. Hopefully this week, I should be getting a payout like by tomorrow, and I'm crossing my freaking fingers. I get that payout like before freaking Pepe 2.0 breaks out, because I'm looking to throw in a couple $100 right now on Pepe 2. I'm all in on Pepe 2. Like, I made a video recently on my channel saying I'm all in on Pepe 2. I'm all freaking in, dude. Like, if this thing continues to pump, I think Pepe 2.0 next breakout is going to be a 300 to a 500% pump, and that's a 3 to 5x, which is not life-changing money unless you have $10,000 or $100,000 plus, but it is kind of life-changing money if you're trading on MEXC, by the way. So if you want to go ahead and enter any of these degen plays, which a lot of these meme tokens you could actually trade on, you know, Grok, Solana, Bonk, Pepe 2.0, Pepe, you could go ahead and use my MEXC link down below in the description or on this stream. And you can take advantage of the volatility right now in the space. High risk, high reward. But if you're feeling a little bit extra degen, if these meme tokens are not enough for you, leverage is definitely going to go ahead and push it up even further. I mean, look at Dog, 71%, dude. Congrats, Hillary. Bonk's pumping too. But I do believe that, you know, psychological area, Pepe 2.0, we haven't even talked about Pepe 2, and this whole live stream was supposed to be about Pepe 2. But I think Pepe 2.0 is going to have some trouble breaking past the 40 million market cap. But once we break through that, it's off to the races, and 100 million market cap is around the corner. So solely my opinion, I did mention there was something we also have to be on the lookout for. Some liquidity is being unlocked in 17 days. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be about 6% of some liquidity is going to be unlocked. I tried looking at it, how much is worth. It's worth apparently pennies, but I don't know. Maybe I calculated it wrong. You can go ahead and check right here, but just keep this in the back of your head. This 6% could be a lot of money. I don't know. I'm checking it right here. This is the reason why I look at liquidity, and it tells you right here. It says about 15.42 trillion tokens will be unlocked, which I don't know how much a trillion tokens is going to be unlocked. How much is that? 15.42 tokens. How much is 15 trillion tokens of Pepe 2? That's going to be unlocked. To see tokens and liquidity. So this unlocks in, but it says right here value is 0, but we know it's not 0. So this is what I don't understand. Like, this is, what is this? Is this a billion, or is this a million, or is it trillion? I don't know. Comment down below if any of you know. Or it's, oh no, these are 15 trillion of the tokens, or half, 50%. Okay, liquidity. So no, I don't know how much is being unlocked. I'm not sure this is a billion. I'm not sure this is a million. I'm not sure it's maybe because it has so many zeros that it shows it like this. But comment down below. I would definitely like to go ahead and know how much this is being unlocked in 17 days. So also keep that in mind. You know, 8% of the liquidity. I don't know how much that is. I definitely want, or 6%. I definitely want to know. It's a trillion. So it looks like a trillion of this is going to be unlocked, which, you know how bullish I just told you I am on freaking Pepe 2. We have to know how much his value is worth. We have to know how much his value is worth in 17. $780,000, James says. $780,000. But this is the total liquidity though. It says tokens represented by LP. The 50% ratio between assets can vary over time. So this is what has been together, that has been put together. From my understanding, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it says right here in the bottom, it says in 17 days, and it shows this amount. Maybe it's 1 trillion. I'm assuming it's 1 trillion because I tried looking up this amount, and it showed that it was like pretty much worthless, and I really doubt it. This is some money, man. And that's what I want all of you to understand, that like, even though I'm bullish on this, we have to understand how much is actually going to be unlocked, because let's say they're freaking unlocking, if they're really unlocking $700,000, you don't think the team's going to freaking dump that shit on us for a Halloween pump for themselves? Like, think about it. You know what I mean? So like, that's why we have to be very, very careful when it comes to a lot of these tokens in general. And it tells you right here, this is the total liquidity right here. Let's see what else we can find. Internal transactions. 890,000 of Pepe 2. So this is a total liquidity right here. So this is what's locked into the liquidity. I just want to know like how much of the freaking of that 6% is going to be. I'm not the best with math, so maybe some of you could go ahead and comment down below. This is interesting. 24 days ago from... Okay, they added liquidity. And this is what we have to be very, very careful when it comes to a lot of these tokens, is that we might be so distracted with the pattern breakout that's going to freaking happen, but then we don't realize that some sort of liquidity is going to be unlocked, and that could probably mean, man, think about it. It unlocks in 12 days. We have holiday season coming around the corner. I did mention that there is going to be some sort of holiday pump before the market, you know, dips once again. I think the market's going to dump by the end of the month, in my opinion. I think the market's going to end up red by the end of the month. Leading on to the new year, it's going to be green again. But this is the reason why I have to be very, very careful, because if that 8% or 6% that's being unlocked is like $750,000 worth, you don't think the team's going to freaking take a nice freaking Christmas present in freaking 17 days? This is kind of the reason why, as you see, I don't like the diamond hand method. I'm going to take profits because I don't know how much is freaking 8% or 6% is going to be. It says 6% of the liquidity. I would like if anybody in the chat could let us know what 6% of this liquidity will be unlocked in 17 days, how much it would be worth, because that would definitely be a way for us to go ahead and be a little bit more aware of what could potentially be happening in the next 17 days. But I think, honestly, overall, by then, the market's probably going to be red. I think the market's going to be done by then. I think we only might have a rally for 1 or 2 weeks. That's just my opinion. Is the reason why I'm taking profits. But I only think this market's going to pump for another 2 weeks. Like this week including, and then maybe next week, and that's it. I think the market's then going to take a breather, and I think it's going to be time to take profits. People are going to go ahead and start taking losses for tax purposes, and then we're going to go ahead and start off with a new year. We're going to start off with a new year, maybe possibly a dip. You know, we're going to go ahead and buy the dip, and then we're back onto the races, and we're going to be pumping back again, all the way leading all the way up to January, February, March, April, because I believe the whole quarter one, Q1, is going to be pumping. It's going to take a break in between quarter two. April, May, June, July, August. Actually, that's cap. April, May, June, July, August. Really? Is that quarter two? No way. Let me check. Let me see what days it is. Q2 is April from June. So quarter two, the second quarter is April from June. So I think usually we've noticed that typically around Q3, so starting from June, like end of quarter two into early quarter three, which is June, July, well, actually I take that back. Q3 would be July, June, July, August, September, October. That'd be Q3, right? So before and between quarter two, we usually see some sort of meme coin season leading on to summer, which is July. That's in between where usually on quarter two is when meme coin season starts. Quarter one, which is the first 4 months of the new year, it's typically when altcoin season begins. I'm talking based on what happened last bull run, right? So don't go like this is 100%. I'm just speculating. I'm just guessing that, you know, we might have something similar where we have quarter one as altcoins begin a pump. Quarter two, mid entering quarter three is when the meme tokens begin a pump. So we could be on the lookout for a new meta coming out maybe around quarter two, where it's going to be a huge meta where it's kind of like Grok. We might have that, or like another Pepe or another Sheeb around quarter two. And then Q1 is where all these altcoins are going to be pumping 300 to 500%, maybe even a 10x. That's my opinion, right? So that's kind of the reason why I'm very, very bullish with this whole entire market right now at the moment. Let me know down below what you think. Maybe I could be wrong, right? Thoughts on KOK. Let's see what are KOK. What is KOK? Is it this one right here? If you could go ahead and post a link down below on KOK, James, that'd be really, really helpful. You could put the smart contract, and then that way, like, a lot of us could go ahead and do our research too at the same time. Billy says, bro. James says, Pepe is rocketing, not Pepe 2. I think Pepe 2 is rocketing as well, bro. Billy says I'm up 500% on bonk, 20x leverage. Wish I put in more. That's freaking insane, dude. Congrats. Dabmaster says Bitfarms options $1 strike price, expiration 2026. They are $1 right now. That's freaking insane, bro. How much did you buy any Bitfarm options? Did you buy any Bitfarm options? James says big balls Billy. Negative 5% you're liquidated. For reals, bro. Like, dude, I don't understand how you freaking do these kind of plays, man. I've been literally only playing with like 5x on Pepe 2, and I just upped my leverage to 10x. And I think once I put in another little bag on Pepe 2, I'm going to be doing 15x or 10x maybe 15. I don't know. But dude, I don't feel comfortable using no more than 15x right now. Dabmaster says, when are tips coming? Very soon, man. Right now, I just got monetized on YouTube. Right now, we're filling out the application. So as soon as I get the application done and reviewed, I guess it takes 1 month for YouTube to review my channel and make sure that I, haven't violated any things in my channel or said anything bad. And then they're going to go ahead and approve my channel. As soon as it gets approved, then we're going to be able to have tips, super chats. We're going to be able to do a little bit more with the channel. But the way you could tip me right now is by smashing the like button, which is completely freaking free. You know what I mean? It doesn't cost you any money, and it does help me. It does support the channel a long ways. And as well, maybe sharing, my channel to a friend, family. I don't know. Share it with somebody. That also helps a lot. And it's completely free. And I really do appreciate it a lot. James says 15.4 trillion to 780K. Yeah, but that's a total liquidity, though. Billy says Riot is at 15.47. That's freaking insane, dude. Basilio says, I've noticed that Pepe 2 pumps when nothing else is pumping, or am I seeing things? Basilio, you're 100% right, dude. This is the reason why I was talking about probably on Friday or maybe last couple of days ago, I was talking about how typically while there's noise in the streets and people are getting distracted by the groks, they're getting distracted by the freaking butterfly emu tokens. There's some tokens that are getting ready for a breakout, and they're usually the low-key tokens that people are not looking at. Dude, freaking Luna at freaking 53%? That's freaking insane, bro. Over 145% in a week, 265% in a freaking month. Like, you can't make any of this up. This is freaking insane. I've been getting wrecked on this one, Luna C, bro. But look at this. Luna's at 30%. FTT is a pretty good token to trade too. Very, very volatile. $5? Damn, dude. Oh my gosh, there's so much freaking money to be made right now. Like, if you're not making money right now in crypto, I don't know what's wrong. Like, literally, you don't even have to. Like, you literally just throw your money in any token right now, and it freaking pumps. And it's going to get better in the next couple months, too. I mean, SHIB 7%, that's pretty good. It's been a while since I've seen SHIB actually pump. I was actually talking about, waiting for some sort of breakout on SHIB. And it looks like I might be entering, some trades on SHIB, Baby Doge, all the Doges, too. A lot of these meme tokens are taking off, too. So that's why I'm saying we're a little bit more on this risk-on territory, where it's worth taking on a little bit more risk than usual. But, dude, that's freaking insane. That's freaking insane. But yeah, Basilio, you're completely right on that, man. Typically, Pepe 2.0 pumps when nothing else is pumping, and that's the reason why I'm going all in on Pepe 2, because I think it's gonna have some sort of breakout. I could be wrong though. This thing could literally just change. I did mention we are literally like riding on a thin line, that if this thing doesn't continue to like hold support, then it's over for Pepe 2. But I really, really doubt it. I mean, we were at 18 million market cap a few days ago. Currently at 21 million, and I do believe we might be seeing like $30 million market cap probably by the end of this week, if I'm not mistaken. And that's because, dude, Pepe 2, what a lot of people don't understand is that Pepe 2 is being heavily shorted. Super freaking shorted, bro. Like, I'm literally getting funding fees because there's a lot of shorts on Pepe 2. There's so many people freaking shorting Pepe 2 that when enough people start buying Pepe 2, guess what's going to happen? The shorts are going to get freaking liquidated. They're going to get liquidated, pushing the price action up. So even though my price target is a 3 to 5x, realistically, this breakout could be the breakout that hits a freaking 20x. No, I'm not making any of this up. Can it hit a 20x? I don't know. But what I could tell you is that Pepe 2 has been being heavily freaking shorted, dude. I've literally made over over 200 bucks, I think, from funding fees from the shorts, because I'm going on a long position. I don't even know how funding fees work. I just know that I've been getting money because the shorts are freaking. I said freaking, by the way. I'm literally getting paid because I'm longing Pepe 2, and shorts are paying me out right now because there's so many shorts on Pepe 2 right now. And I think that's what's going to cause, if we get like 25 million market cap, I think this thing's going to start to take off because a lot of shorts are going to start getting liquidated, and that's what a short squeeze is. You know what I mean? So like, just be on the lookout for potentially maybe some sort of short squeeze happening on Pepe 2, pushing the price action even higher and actually breaking past, 40 million market cap and above. Venom, how's it going, man? Hope you're having a good one. Smash that like button for me. What are your thoughts on QStar? So QStar, I don't know much about QStar. I believe this is QStar right here, right? Yeah, it is. I don't know much about what QStar is, but what I do know is that something related with AI, and it usually typically pumps with Grok. If Grok really still has a foundation, which I believe they do, the community is so freaking bullish, anything with AI is going to pump. I kind of already talked about this in literally this whole entire live stream, so I'm not going to go ahead and talk about it all over again. But what I could go ahead and tell you, that anything that's AI is going to freaking pump because of the narrative of Grok. As long as Grok continues to have success, any freaking token that promises some sort of AI technology, which we all know it's freaking BS, is going to pump. And this thing's literally moving with Grok because Grok is not doing too well right now. What is Grok at right now? Let's see. Grok is at negative 21%. 35% dump on this, and then Grok 2.0 is probably getting demolished right now. Actually, it's not that bad. But when Grok pumps, typically QStar, Grok 2.0, and baby Grok all follow together. When freaking Grok dumps, it does it worse, like 4 times negative more, if that made any sense. So it dumps a lot more. It's kind of like a derivative of original Grok. So QStar, because it's some sort of AI narrative, as long as Grok continues to pump and it has that hype, QStar is going to pump. So that's literally what my narrative is, and that's my speculation. So I'm bullish on any token that promises any sort of AI, because I believe AI is going to be the next big thing as long as Grok continues to pump. Candy, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while, girl. Hope you're having a good one today. Happy Sunday. Dadmaster says Poly Deutsch. Let's go ahead and look at Poly Deutsch. I do suggest every one of you that is currently on the live stream right now, if you want to go ahead and show any token, we understand the risk, go ahead and comment the smart contract down below, just like Dadmaster did, so we can go ahead and take a look at this, at any of the tokens you suggest. So go ahead and feel free to shield the community. Oh, I like this one, man. I like this one because of the breakout. What other token did we see this kind of breakout on? Do you guys remember? Because I don't I don't remember, but I know we saw this breakout. Was this on Bonk? Let me see. Was this on Bonk? Was it Bonk that had the similar breakout? Yeah, dude, look. No wonder it looks so familiar. I was like, why does this breakout look so familiar? Look, Bonk. Look at Poly Deutsch. Kind of similar breakout. Look at that. This little consolidating period, and then it broke out. Is this thing on MEXC? If this thing's on MEXC, that'd be pretty cool. I like trading a lot of these meme tokens on MEXC. The way you do that, by the way, chat, if you don't know how to check if a token's on an exchange that you like to use, what you want to go ahead and do is get the smart contract. If you're using Dex Tools right here where it says copied, I got the smart contract. You head over to CoinMarketCap, and once you're at CoinMarketCap, what you want to go ahead and do is right here on the search bar, you want to go ahead and paste the smart contract, and the token's going to come out, right? And then right here, you're going to get all information about the token. You're going to be able to get, what contract is it on or what blockchain it runs on. It runs on Polygon. You can get the website, their Telegram, and all that info. But the most important thing for me, besides the calculator that they have right here, which is really, really cool, is I look at where you could actually buy this token. And see, it says you could actually buy this on MEXC. So this is the way that I like to go ahead and check where a lot of these tokens are trading. For me personally, I like a lot of these tokens that are on MEXC because it makes it more convenient for me, because that's a platform that I use and I understand the most. But if you're ever looking for a token, you want to understand if it's on any of your preferred platforms. I mean, if you use OKX, Polydoge is on OKX. It's also on Gate.io. It's on MEXC. It's on ApeSwap, QuickSwap, these are decentralized exchanges, but these are the centralized exchanges, right? Like the OKX, Gate.io, and MEXC. So I trade Polydoge on MEXC, so I like this token already. It doesn't look like we can use leverage on it, but it does look like we could use spot, which means it's just like if you were trading this on a decentralized exchange. And the best thing is that you can go ahead and actually support my channel by using my MEXC link down below. I just had to show you guys on that. But let's go ahead and see how high it was actually hit. We measure it from this top. We're just going to go ahead and go from here to here. Oh, it doesn't even freaking tell us. This thing could probably freaking pump like a lot though. Our dog coins pumping too? It's freaking insane. The dog coins. Billy says high leverage equals fun. I agree. James says, ooh, congrats on monetize. Thanks, man. I really appreciate you. It's all because of all of your guys' help. So I really do appreciate every one of you. Dadmaster says, yes, I have 20 Bitfarm options, 10 expiring 2025, 10 expiring 2026. Nice, bro. When did you get them, by the way? When did you get the the options? That's freaking cool, man. Candy, how's it going? I'm glad to see you here today. I haven't seen you in a while. Billy says, bro, BTC. Let's look at BTC. What is BTC at right now? Is BTC freaking pumping? 4,000. Is that the all-time high we've hit? 4,132. Damn, dude, we're getting close to breaking above that. Depending, obviously, on the exchange you're looking at, right? Candy says, I actually just messaged you on X. Nice. I'll go ahead and message you back, Candy. Danny, how's it going? I'm Danny. Terra Classic. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at Terra Classic right now. Hey, what's the ticker symbol on Terra Classic? Is it Loon C? Yeah, it is. Okay. Dude, I've been getting freaking wrecked by Luna Classic. It's not even freaking funny, dude. I knew this freaking breakout was gonna happen, but I got liquidated before. Like literally before the breakout, I got freaking liquidated, man. You can't make any of this thing up. Candy says, everybody coming in, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and make sure to hit the notifications so you know we're live. I agree with you. Yes. Smash that like button. It helps support the channel. Technical Karma, how's it going? Is it a good time to buy Pepe 2? Not financial advice, in my opinion. Yes, I'm all in. You can go ahead and watch actually one of my recent videos that I just talked about, and I actually just talked about why I'm bullish on Pepe 2. You can actually go back to this stream a few minutes, because I know a lot of you are probably still watching me and heard me literally repeat myself like 3 times because a lot of you missed it. But you could go back to my videos that I actually just made about 2 days ago, and I literally titled the video going all in on Pepe 2 or something like that, and I give you the reasons why I'm doing that, right? And I'm the only position I'm in right now realistically is Pepe 2. I'm only using 5x leverage, and I'm actually trading it on MEXC, my preferred platform, which you can support the channel using my link down below. Overall, I think Pepe 2.0 is getting ready for some sort of movement to an upside, and I believe a 3 to a 5x is coming soon, maybe even higher. Maybe a 20x comes, but I don't know. Let's not talk about 20x because I don't want to overhype it, but I do believe a 3 to a 5x is coming very soon. We could have that breakout by the end of this week if Bitcoin continues to do its thing. I think Pepe 2.0 is heavily, I don't think so, I know so. Pepe 2.0 is heavily shorted. I'm literally getting paid off the funding fees from shorts because I'm going long in my position because there's a lot of shorts on Pepe 2. Meaning that even if Pepe 2 has a 20 to a 30% pump, guess what's going to happen? Shorts are going to get liquidated, pushing the price action even higher, and they're going to have to close their position. So for retail, a lot of retail investors are not going to freaking know what's going on. They're just going to see Pepe 2 pumping. They're going to see Pepe 2.0 pump from freaking 21 million market cap, which we were at like 18 not that long ago, They're going to see from 21 million market cap pumping to 30 million market cap, and guess what's going to happen? They're going to buy. And guess what's going to happen? Shorts are going to have to cover. And guess what's going to happen? Shorts are going to get liquidated. Guess what's going to happen? The price action is going to go up higher. So there's a lot of shorts on Pepe 2. And for that reason, I'm freaking bullish because there's a lot of shorts. And I think some sort of squeeze is coming in. We're seeing volume literally picked up on Friday. I talked about how concerning the volume on Pepe 2 was. I think it was at 24,000 or 74,000. I'm like, dude, I think it was 24. I was like, dude, this is so concerning. Like, this is bad. $24,000 in volume. It's terrible. Look where volume's at the 24-hour, 241,000. So volume is picking up. As long as volume continues to pick up, shorts continue to cover their positions, shorts continue to get liquidated, people start to go ahead and buy Pepe 2, this thing's going to pump above. I think 30 million market cap is going to end the week with 30 million market cap, in my opinion. I think so. Solely my opinion, maybe in the next week. But I would say within 2 weeks, 30 million market cap is going to be breaking through. And the next psychological area is 40 million market cap. After we break 40 million market cap, which we have already, we break and hold above 40 million market cap, we're going to go ahead and hit 100 million market cap. So just kind of do your math of how much we could actually do. I'm like not even hyping any of this up for you because I don't like hyping things up. I don't like to disappoint. I don't want to disappoint any of you, right? I don't know. I'm just going based on what I understand. I've traded Pepe 2.0 freaking so many times. Like I literally turned 120 bucks into 20 grand and I lost it on freaking Grok. But freaking Pepe is I understand how this thing works. I understand when it pumps. I understand this. I literally talked about, you know, possibly buying in a position. I told a lot of you on Friday that this thing was going to be pumping, and then guess what? It pumped. So I'm not telling you that I know, but I'm just saying that I kind of understand Pepe, and I could tell you that within this 2 weeks, you're going to see Pepe break above 30 million market cap. Psychological area, 40 million. Once we break 40 million and hold above it, even 35 million, we're going to go ahead and hit 100 million market cap plus. But in 17 days, we have 6% of liquidity being unlocked. So be very, very careful. I definitely do want to know how much that is. But short term, 3 to 5x is going to be possible within the next 2 weeks. Can it be higher? Yes. Maybe it's a 20x. I don't know. Maybe it's a 10x. I don't know, and I don't care. What I could tell you is a 3 to a 5x is going to be in the corner within the next 2 weeks. This week and the next week. That's all I could tell you. A 3 to a 5x. That's all I'm really going to say. A 3 to 5x is going to be coming, in my opinion. And it's going to be coming very soon. I don't know. Maybe we hit that by the end of this week. Maybe it goes up higher. I don't know, and I don't care. But I could tell you 3 to 5x seems to be coming based on the measurements of what we've been doing in Pepe 2. And for that reason, I'm bullish. You know, 3 to 5x with leverage is actually a couple $1,000s. And you just wait for the retracement. Typically, it pumps 2 to 300%, which is a 2 to 3x. And then it dumps 80%. So what you do is you take profits as it's pumping 2 to 300%. As it's dumping, or before it dumps, you take profits. Now your bag, let's just say, for example, went from $1,000 to $5,000 because you profited off the 2 to 3x. After you have that 5 grand, you now put in 5 grand back into Pepe 2. You wait for the consolidation period, which is typically 9 to 13 days. It breaks out one more time, 3 to 5x. Usually 2 to 3x is usually what happens. After it breaks out with a 2 to 3x pattern, it retraces 80 to 90%. And you just rinse and repeat. I've been doing that since 2 million market cap. Since Pepe 2.0 hit 2 million market cap, I've been rinsing and repeating this freaking pattern where it freaking pumps 300% and it dumps 80%. Pumps 200%, dumps 80%. Sometimes it pumps 300%. But typically, it's always 100% and up. So it's always almost, I don't like to say guaranteed, but it's almost a freaking guaranteed 100x all the freaking time. Let me go ahead and show you, actually. Because I don't want to go ahead and be telling you all this. And like, I'm going to go ahead and show you. This is like literally, the only way you understand this is just by like reading this over and over again and spending time with the chart. So, you know, maybe this is no longer going to work, right? Maybe this is the end for Pepe 2.0. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But if you go back from all the way over here, back on October 23rd, look at this pump right here. How much of a pump was that? A 300%. What is that? A 3x. Okay, so what happened after it did that 3x? Well, it freaking dumped about 66%, 63%. Okay, guess what happened? It consolidated it, depending on how many days, where you measure it, consolidated for about 11 days before it had another breakout. Guess what happened after we had that breakout to the upside? How high did it pump? 283%. Another 3x. Let's just say, break it even, 300%. Guess what happened after that 300%? It dumped 72%. So do you see where I'm coming from? I'm speculating that this next breakout to the upside is going to be a 3 to a 500%, which is a 3 to a 5x. So I'm kind of guessing, but I'm kind of not guessing, because I'm showing you, you know, the kind of patterns that we've been seeing here. Even from over here, maybe I think this is a little bit over a 1x. 200%. Another 200% right here. Since October 20, another 200%. This one didn't retrace that much though. Let's see how much of a retracement that was. That was only a 27% retracement. But even from this end right here, depending on where you measure it, because even if you measure it from here to here, that's a 5x. But let's just say right here, 182%. Let's just say a 2x. Call it a freaking 2x. From that dump right there, guess how much that was? 46%, 50%. So you can say safely, it always pumps 200% and it dumps 60%. And that's been doing that since over here. Since October freaking 14th, it has literally been repeating the same freaking pattern once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So we're kind of safe to say, just analyzing, that it might happen a 6th time. I think that's a 5th, right? Let's just say 6th time. It's gonna happen a 6th time. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen. No, it is all speculation. I'm just guessing. But I've been trading Pepe 2.0 since this zone right here, and I've literally been rinsing and repeating the same pattern over and over and over again. And that's how I was able to make some money on Pepe 2, and that's why I'm entering Pepe 2.0 again, and I'm going all in, because based on what I was doing over here and what I've noticed, it's following the same 200 to 300% pump with a 60 to an 80% retracement. This is all solely speculation. 80% chance you might lose all your money, by the way. Okay? 80% chance you might lose all your money. Maybe this is the top of Pepe 2.0. Maybe it doesn't do that 2 to 3x that I'm thinking, but I think it will. And I just gave you the reasons why. So let's look at Luna C before I forget anything else. And then we'll go ahead and go straight from in there. Doge and SHIB, yes. I think all the meme tokens are going to pump. Danny says, I have $1 billion on Pepe 2. Nice, bro. Congrats. This is a nice little bag you have there. Dad Master says 6 months ago I started buying them. That's freaking fire, bro. You caught in pretty good. You caught in pretty well, Dad Master. Candy says I'm all in on Pepe 2. I am too. James says check out Pepe 2 for hour chart with MACD settings. Input fast length 34, slow length 114, source uncheck, MACD uncheck, inputs. Dude, what does that mean, man? You're too smart for me. James, how about you screenshot what you just told me and you send it to me on Twitter, ALTCOIN John. Dude, you're at a whole different level than me, man. You're that kind of like, I almost felt like a freaking, like that resetted my brain cells. You're too freaking smart, bro. I don't even know what you just said. I feel like you just wrote some code into my head. You can't make this thing up. You probably write code too, huh? You're a smart guy, man. I'm telling you. A lot of smart people here on chat. A lot of freaking smart. Like, I don't even know what he just said. Like, straight up. But yeah, dude, if you could send the freaking like a chart on Twitter, I'll definitely go ahead and show that like tomorrow, because I have to log in onto my Twitter right here, which I don't feel like doing right now. But dude, that I just felt like you were trying to freaking code my brain right now. Let's look at Luna C, bro. Before I forget, I'm Danny. I don't want to forget. I'm sorry. I apologize. I talked too much. Let's go ahead and look into this. Let's look at this right here. We could go ahead and say maybe some sort of retracement. I would just wait for Terra Luna to take a dip. I don't know if it's going to take a dip, But if you're looking to go ahead and get into a position on Terra Luna, I would go ahead and wait until the 26668 zone, or even the 19581. Terra Luna, I was actually trading it. I entered a few shorts. I've actually entered a few longs, and I've actually got wrecked on my long on Terra Luna a few days ago, actually right at the zone right here. I entered, I think, like around here, I think, or I entered around this zone right here, and I was buying the dip, and then I got wrecked like right here, or I got stopped out, I think, right here before it freaking took off, dude. So I was freaking pissed that I got stopped out of my position on Luna C. So just be very, very careful with like these tokens. You're gonna get stopped out very, very easily, even if you have a decent stop loss where it's not too tight. More than likely you're gonna get stopped out. And what I've noticed with tokens such as Terra, FTT, Luna C, FTT, and what other token, Grok and Beam, what I've noticed, especially, you know, Luna C and FTT, is you're gonna get stopped out a lot. So if you're in profits as soon as you enter a trade and you're up, let's just say 200, 300%, take your freaking profits, because it always dumps following that. For example, on Grok, I was up over 200% on my position yesterday, and actually woke up this morning with my position getting liquidated. So I've noticed that with a lot of these tokens, same thing with Luna C, even with stop losses, I always get stopped out before it has a breakout. So what I would suggest, not financial advice, is that if you're entering a trade on Luna C, do like a temporary trade, like probably in like 20-30 minute trade. Don't hold overnight. Usually if you hold overnight, you're gonna get wrecked. You're gonna get freaking wrecked. You're gonna get stopped out, or you're gonna get liquidated, and then the pump's gonna happen. Like, you can't make this up. Like, I literally tried trading Luna so many freaking times, and there was times when I was in profits and it wasn't that much in profit. Sometimes it was only up 50 bucks, 100 bucks in my position, $200. And because I didn't take profits on those positions, thinking it was going to pump up higher, it would dump and stop me out of my position before it took off, or it would liquidate me before it took off. So be very, very careful with Luna C and FTT. A lot of these tokens, and even Grok, you just want to take your freaking profits. Literally trade them, like day trade them. Like, don't even hold them up for a day. Like, literally freaking trade them for like 30 minutes, maybe like 4 hours, but don't sleep overnight, because I did that with Grok. I was up on Grok literally for like the whole entire freaking day. I was up a little bit over $300 or even $400 in profits yesterday on my Grok position. Didn't take profits because I saw this breakout pattern happening on the 4-hourly chart, and then guess what happened? It dumped. It was a total freaking fake out, bro. And I got wrecked. My position got liquidated. Luckily, it was only $400. But I've noticed this with Luna. I've noticed this with FTT. I've noticed this with Grok. I've noticed this with Beam, that a lot of these are just literally just manipulating the freaking price action like crazy to stop you out and get you liquidated before a breakout. So I would suggest, if you're in profits in any of these tokens, always take profits, because these markets will literally just wreck you out and then have the biggest freaking pump of your life. Like, if I was still in my Luna C position, dude, like I was literally buying Luna C around this zone right here when it was at freaking 11 and 13 or something like that. Around 11, I think I was buying around this zone right here. And literally before it was about to take off, I got stopped out, I think, right here. And then guess what? It took off to my price target. Yep, I got stopped out right here. This is where I got stopped out. Nice position too. Would have made a couple grand on this freaking breakout. Probably like over $5,000 on this breakout right here. But guess what? I got stopped out right here. You can't make this thing up. Literally, as soon as I got stopped out, guess what happened? Market freaking pumped. So just be very, very careful with Luna. I mean, I really can't sit here and do TA, to be honest. This thing just doesn't make any sense. I guess this was a stable coin once, right? I don't even freaking know. All I know is just be very, very careful. These are good tokens to trade for a couple minutes, but don't hold on for too long on these. These will make you a lot of money though. FTT, Beam, Grok will make you a freaking boatload of money shorting it, longing it, but just enter a trade and then exit. That's what I suggest. Danny says, I hope it will be after the 15th of this month so I can buy more. Yeah, I hope the breakout doesn't happen anytime soon for Pepe too, because I want to buy more too. Like I'm literally waiting for a payout right now that I should be getting this week, and I'm crossing my fingers I get it tomorrow, and I'm crossing my fingers Pepe 2.0 doesn't break out tomorrow in order for me to buy this dip on Pepe 2, or this, if there's going to be a dip, at least load up my bag before this kind of breakout that I believe is going to be happening, where we're going to be approaching, 40 million market cap around the corner. So hopefully that turns out pretty well for us. Dabmaster says Bitcoin is running because Quarter is looking to buy $500,000 in Bitcoin. Send it. Really? No way. What the heck is Quarter, dude? Oh my gosh, bro. Like, I can't believe what's freaking going on. Like, a lot of you don't understand. If you've never been in a bull run, like, you don't understand the opportunity we have on our hands. Like I've been in a bull run, but I've always been in a bull run like while it's literally almost at the top, and I ride the final wave before it falls down. But I've never rode. I think that's correct grammar, right? I never rode. I don't know. That doesn't sound correct. I've never been in a freaking bull run before it starts. Like, I've been in the stock market before the bull run actually starts, but I've never been in a crypto bull run before it starts. Like, every time I've jumped into crypto, the times that I've jumped, and I've been in crypto since 2017, the times that I've jumped into crypto have always been at the freaking top, bro. Literally at the freaking top when the market has finally freaking topped. That happened to me on 2017 when I got into a lot of these freaking crypto mining BS scams like BitConnect. In December is where it topped off, I believe. And then leading into March is when the market began to dump. A lot of these tokens ended up finalizing in Q1. And then last bull run, the same thing. I was trading the stock market from July all the way to December. I rode the top of the wave. And then as soon as I got into crypto, I jumped into altcoins around January. And then I got wrecked around April because I didn't know how to take profit. Like, I didn't know about taking profits. Like, I thought the market was going to continue to pump, and little did I know that I was at the freaking top of the market. Like, I was entering like right here, and Bitcoin was topping off right here. So I literally had this much room to jump in the bull run. And that happened to me 2 freaking bull runs already. So this is like my first bull run that I'm actually gonna I've actually experienced from, like, literally from the ground zero, I guess if you want to call it, all the way to the freaking huge pump that we're gonna have. And that's freaking fun, dude, because I made money like when I was right here at the top. So imagine being like right here at this bottom right here of the bull run and still having so much freaking room to freaking go. This is the reason why I tell a lot of you, don't FOMO into any of these positions, because you're literally in at the perfect time, in my opinion. Right now, jumping into crypto, freaking perfect freaking time, bro. Perfect time. Once like your family members and your random friends that you never talked to in years, like, start hitting you up, or your uncle you never talked to and starts telling you about Bitcoin, that's usually the top of the market. And that's usually the time you want to start freaking taking profits. But like right now, it hasn't even hit mainstream media yet. Trust me. It's going to be in a couple, I think once Bitcoin, like, I'm sure the media is talking about it now, but it's not at the point where like freaking like your random buddy that is not even in crypto is talking about, buying Solana. Like that's kind of like when we're reaching a top of a market. Glenn, how's it going, my guy? I hope you're having a good one today, bro. Pepe 2 looking juicy on the 1 daily chart. Yeah, dude, 100%. We literally just had this conversation about Pepe 2. Billy says ridden. I don't know, dude. That doesn't sound like correct grammar. I ridden the wave. I feel like I rode. No, I don't know. This is not grammar class, so I'm not gonna go ahead and overthink this. But Glenn says, me too. I've never caught the bottom with intelligence anyway. I was in the bottom of 2017, but I was very dumb about it. Dude, I was at the top in 2017. I was at the top in freaking 2020 or whenever the freaking last bull run happened. Like, I was at the top of every freaking market, bro. Every freaking, and you know why? It's because then I started hearing, oh, this is going to the moon. And then you start hearing the mass media pickup, and that's usually what caught my attention. When I was seeing like Bitcoin hit new all-time highs is when I was like, oh snap, like maybe I should jump into this. And I got stuck at the top twice already. Twice. 2 bull runs since 2017. I freaking jumped at the freaking top, bro. So this is like my actual first bull run that I'm experiencing, actually riding this thing all the way to the top. Glenn says, hey, you lost your money with BitConnect too? Dude, I lost my money on this token called thereto, which was supposed to be an alternative to BitConnect. And it's funny because I was looking at BitConnect in November, and that's when BitConnect was like freaking taking off, bro. But at the time, it was so freaking broke, and I was barely getting into crypto, and I was understanding the space of crypto. And that's when BitConnect was being so big. And I remember when BitConnect collapsed, bro. And I remember one of the top YouTubers at the time, his name was called Trevor James, I believe. You can still look him up on YouTube. He's still, he's still doing videos. And a lot of these crypto influencers at the time got hit with like all these charges for like freaking running scams and all that, because BitConnect, dude, ran up so much freaking money. And I remember hearing about BitConnect at the time was around November, and I tried jumping in, and I decided to jump into this other token that was promising the same thing as BitConnect. So I didn't jump into BitConnect because it was, dude, BitConnect at the time, the tokens were so freaking expensive. I remember that. So I jumped into this token called thereto in the beginning of, I think it was around March or something like that. And literally as soon as I jumped in, guess what happened? BitConnect collapsed, bro. And as soon as BitConnect collapsed, that was like the top of the market. And that's when literally every freaking like mining freaking token or whatever it was at the time started to dump down. So I kind of experienced that whole entire freaking wave, dude. And I realized like, oh snap, like you can make money on these like scammy freaking tokens, but you have to jump in early on, right? So if I would have jumped in early on BitConnect, I probably would have made so much freaking money, right? And you didn't even have to recruit people at the time. Like obviously that's where most of the bonuses came from. But just holding on to the token would have made you so much freaking money just trading it. Because I think it was at one point BitConnect's token was worth over like $100. But literally the guy, Carlos from BitConnect, just got charged, I think just recently, not that long ago, like a couple months ago. And that's just a case that has been going on since 2017, right? This is kind of the reason why I don't really like pushing or promoting like a lot of these cryptos, because, at the end of the day, I think the thing is with influencers, the kind of the problem that you kind of get into, that you have two kinds of influencers, right? The influencers that are purposely trying to scam their community, that know it's like the freaking biggest red flag and they're trying to back door you. And you have the second influencer, which is kind of like me, right? Where, we want to make money, but we also do not want to wreck our community. So, taking endorsements is kind of like a 50-50 chance of maybe, probably, a token probably being a scam. And that's where you kind of have to watch out. And also even with these exchanges, because we saw that with FTX, right? A lot of these even big influencers on the finance sector got wrecked with, promoting, FTX, Voyager, and all these tokens. So like, it's kind of like this one line, which is the reason why I tell you, it's like, if you click on any of my links, you do support the channel. Obviously, it does help me, but I wouldn't suggest you to have all your money on any of these freaking exchanges. Not even MEXC, dude. Because we don't know. I mean, it's kind of common sense that you should not have all your money on like a Voyager or like a Coinbase, but I guess this should be a learning experience for a lot of us, right? Dabmaster says BTC total market cap is 800 million and quarter wants to buy 500 million. Bro, that's freaking insane. Have they talked about like where they're trying to buy that, like by when, and how can I find that news source, bro? That'd be pretty cool. I definitely want to read it. But we are early on. I agree with you. Glenn says Coinbase top in the App Store equals best top signal. I never knew that. That's a good point. Glenn says yes. Glenn, I'm not sure if I could even show the message, but I'm trying to show it. Glenn says Trevor got me too, bro. Yeah, 100%, bro. I mean, if you were in the space of crypto back in 2017, dude, if you think crypto's scammy now, Imagine how scammy freaking crypto in 2017 was. There were so many freaking scams back then, bro. Like, and a lot of them were like these MLM scams where they'll tell you like invest, like, you know, get crazy returns, you know, get freaking 4% now and like recruit 20 freaking people. Like, it was a straight freaking MLM scam. Crypto experts or executives say the bull run is underway and can lead to 100,000 Bitcoin in 2024. I do believe some sort of, you know, I do think Bitcoin could hit $80,000. I don't know about 100,000. I think it's possible, but I do think for sure $80,000 will be hit. Trevon. There you go, Trevor. I thought it was Trevor. Yeah, Trevon, dude. See, a lot of you remember Trevon, bro. That's freaking crazy. And that just kind of tells you, like, dude, back in that day, dude, like, Coin Market Cap wasn't even like this, dude. Like, Coin Market Cap looked like the most freaking scammiest website ever. We had all these like random advertisers like advertising on their page. And you had a lot of these top tokens that are not even here today. And this is the reason why, like, I tell a lot of you in chat that you don't want to be buying a lot of these tokens, because like a lot of the tokens that were topped in 2017 that were top 20, guess what? They're not there anymore. They're not here anymore, dude. Obviously, we still have Ethereum and Bitcoin, but back in 2017, and Dabmaster and Glenn could confirm this. If you weren't in crypto back in 2017, a lot of these tokens were not top 20. A lot of the top 20 tokens that are here today are like probably like zero now. Like, they're worthless tokens. And there's the reason why I tell you, you have to take profits when it comes to a lot of these tokens, because the token might sound revolutionary at the time, but we just never know where it's going to be heading. And that's kind of the risk that we're all willing to take, right? Dabmaster, big connect. He got me too. Yeah, dude. You can't make it up, man. Dabmaster says, I lost $1 million Doge when Cryptopia rugged us. I heard about Cryptopia. Billy says, I don't think metaverse coins will be here after this bull run. I kind of feel the same way too. But honestly, like, I've been hearing that like GTA was trying to do something with blockchain. I don't know how real that is. Let's look that up. Oh, apparently they won't. But look at this. GTA will introduce a crypto award. I don't know how real this is, though. They said they're going to have an in-game currency of play to earn. According to GTA, would include BTC, which I really doubt it, as a reward token. I really doubt they use BTC. I don't know why they would use BTC. But supposedly Rockstar is trying to do something with crypto in GTA, which actually would kind of make sense with their freaking tokens that they have. Their their freaking tokens they use in game. I don't know if a play to earn mechanism is necessary on GTA, and that's the thing what a lot of people don't understand. Like, people, like actual gamers, bro, like gamers don't care about freaking blockchain being integrated into their consoles. Like, most of them don't. I think it was Xbox, bro. I think, was it Xbox, or am I like dreaming that I could have sworn that I heard, or maybe I talked about this and I said the only way crypto or blockchain in general would be adopted into a lot of these platforms is if they're adopted into like PlayStation and Xbox on the back end without people knowing that blockchain is actually involved. Meaning, like, whenever you do a purchase through like PlayStation Network, it's actually running on the blockchain. That's the only way I see blockchain being implemented in a lot of these systems, which would make sense for like developers or like, you know, companies such as Microsoft, Sony, or Rockstar, where like, you know, I'm sure they probably get like a lot of like identity theft and a lot of fraud or chargebacks when they're doing like these in-game purchases. So it makes sense if they do implement some sort of blockchain system in the back end in order to like reduce, you know, chargebacks and reduce fraud, which would definitely be very, very profitable for the companies. That's why I do see blockchain being implemented. But as far as a play to earn where you're playing Call of Duty, I don't know, dude. I don't see that, and I don't think it's necessary, bro. Like, the thing is, what people don't understand is that the metaverse is freaking cool, bro. But the metaverse has been around for years. You know, we have Skyrim, we have Halo, we have GTA, right? When you're playing a lot of these games, you know what the biggest problem a lot of these companies have is retaining users or getting new users. And usually the only way they're able to do this is through having popular streamers. And if the streamers are no longer playing these games because they're bored or they're not making them, you know, money, they're on to the next game. And it's kind of the same thing with crypto, right? Like if metaverse is not pumping today, we're going to go ahead and jump into the other wave. Can metaverse be a big thing in the future? Yes. But I don't know. I think a play to earn mechanism is just like, it's just overhyped, bro. Like, I don't know, dude. I just don't know, but I just feel like it wouldn't work. A play to earn mechanism just wouldn't work in my opinion as far as gaming. Glenn says, Big Connect. I got such a bad feeling when I was watching that presentation. I knew my money was affected when this guy was coming to talk about the project, and he just kept screaming. Dude, that was freaking hilarious, man. That was freaking hilarious. Like, you can't make any of this up. Like, I wonder if I could actually go ahead and share this on YouTube. I'm sure I probably could. Like, if my YouTube loads up, we're going to have to watch this real quick, chat. If this thing works, yeah. Let's see. Billy says apparently the game is going to be 150 for GTA 6. That's freaking insane. Honestly, I wouldn't mind paying 160. I mean, it is pretty pricey, but thinking about how games are nowadays, are like what, $70? And I guess it would kind of give like a barrier to entry, which is kind of cool, but kind of effed up. I'm not gonna lie, $150 for a freaking game is insane. But I think it's actually gonna also like have a barrier to entry, which it's going to make it a little bit more exclusive, which I think it's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind paying $150 for GTA 6. Glenn says, sorry to shield Rainmaker again, but damn, this token is making me happy and it's still low market cap. Let's look at Rainmaker. I mean, I think we were just looking at that, no? Or at least I had it on my portfolio watch list right now. Can we trade Rainmaker on MEXC? Dude, this thing's up 31 freaking %. Congrats, my guy. Congrats. Oh, yeah, it is on MEXC, chat. So if you're looking to go ahead and jump on Rainmaker, not financial advice, up 48% in a day, almost 50%. You could actually go ahead and trade this on MEXC. Shout out to Glenn. And you could actually go ahead and use my MEXC link down below. $20,000 in sign-up bonuses, no KYC. Billy says, I'm a gamer and can confirm this. 100%. Rockstar can charge anything they want for the next GTA. They know you'll buy it. Dude, I would freaking buy GTA for like $200 to $300. Like, dude, honestly, you're right, bro. I would pay for GTA 6. I will pay anything. Maybe not $1,000. That'd be actually, I'd probably be down to pay $1,000 too. But I wouldn't be down to pay no more than like realistically no more than $200. Like 150 is not too bad. Like I'd buy it, dude. I'd buy it. To be honest, I'll freaking buy GTA. No matter what the price is, I'll freaking buy it. Obviously, if it starts approaching $2,000 and above, then no, yeah, I probably won't buy it. But honestly, I probably still would buy it. That's the thing. I probably still would buy it. Dabmaster says Beam allows that. I 100% will. Glenn says I will wait to buy GTA until the price comes down, and the price will not come down. Dabmaster says special skins and weapons can be NFTs, which can be sold in the marketplace. Yeah, 100%. I'm not saying that blockchain can be implemented in video games. I'm just saying that they have to, a lot of these companies that are going to be approaching blockchain into their games, they have to do it in a way where most gamers will not be able to notice that it's blockchain. Meaning like the way you buy a GTA skin or like points or like Call of Duty skins or weapons, if they could do it like that with blockchain enabled in their backend, then yeah, it's freaking bullish. But if you have to go through this whole entire transaction where you have to connect your wallet and you have to do this and you have to approve the freaking signature and you got to do all this BS that's like super, super unnecessary, I think a lot of gamers are going to just hate it in general. They're going to be like, dude, I'm just trying to freaking play this game. Like, I don't care about this NFT. But you're kind of seeing this implemented system kind of like the way it works on CSGO, right? With CSGO, you have a lot of these skins being sold for like $100,000 plus. But the problem is with CSGO is that they could ban your account. So you can have like you can spend $100,000 on a freaking skin, get banned on your account, and now you literally lost out $100,000 because you're banned. And that's where like blockchain is implemented. You know, where being in blockchain would implement you having your weapon on a blockchain, because now you actually have full ownership. So if a company tries to ban you from the game, at least you could still sell your skin, right? But if you were to play like Fortnite and a lot of these other video games, which actually happen in Ninja, as soon as something happens and they ban you, you're kind of effed up. You're screwed, right? So like whatever money you paid on whatever secondary market, you really have no ownership. And this actually has been being talked about since RuneScape. You know, there's people making millions of dollars selling their gold on RuneScape and harvesting it, or whatever it's called. And there was talks about how RuneScape like would ban a lot of users. You know, you're talking about users that literally had over $100,000 worth of like currency, like in the real world currency, converted into, you know, RuneScape tokens or gold, whatever it's called. And people lost millions because, you know, these companies would ban them, or they'll take away their gold or their points, which, you know, having blockchain enabled would prevent all of this. But what I'm saying is that if it's like super complicated for a gamer and you have to do all these freaking steps, you're just not going to want to do it. It's just my opinion. You know, I wouldn't want to do it. Glenn says, I think play to earn can work, but not with the current method of an NFT game items and purchasable land slots. I agree with you. It should be based off winning matches on points in a season or something like that. Yeah, I agree with you. Right now, P2E is a DeFi 2.0, but it will be once a game, once it correctly. Yeah, I think right now, we're just overhyping a lot of things. And we just have to kind of take steps, like one step at a time. And if any of these big companies like Rockstar, you know, Bungie, I think it's called, from Halo, or Microsoft or Sony, can implement some sort of back-end system that integrates blockchain, then I think this is going to be one of the best ways to convert a lot of gamers and start actually introducing blockchain to their systems. But if they introduce it into a way where you have to freaking log in and you have to go ahead and create a freaking a wallet, and you have to hide your seed phrases, and then you have to connect your mobile phone to your, you know, your gamer tag, and you have to do all this BS stuff, and you have to buy the NFT from the OpenSea and convert ETH into, you know, this other token in order to go ahead and approve the signature, then I think it will turn off a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to hate it. But as I mentioned, if they do it in this back-end system where it's kind of the same way where it's at right now, which they can do, you know, the in-game currency system with a lot of these companies would actually benefit them a lot. You know what I mean? They'll be able to, prevent hacks or less hacks, you know, prevent the glitches. They'll be able to go ahead and prevent, you know, chargebacks on their systems, you know. So, you know, identity, if there's any identity theft going on to these credit cards where, you know, people are purchasing these game points, that's where blockchain will definitely work, and it won't be seen as like this whole entire like exotic thing. But if they could do that on the back end to go ahead and help those systems that I just mentioned, then yeah, I do think that, you know, blockchain will be integrated on a lot of these platforms. Dabmaster says Beam does that. No need for approvals. See, that's perfect. And I know I'm super bullish on Beam, and I know it has to do something with metaverse, but I don't even know what freaking Beam does. You know, realistically, all I know is that it has something to do with the metaverse, and it's bullish. But yeah, this is Beam OS by gamers for gamers, and I haven't read any of this. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm taking a Dabmaster's word that this is supposed to solve all the problems that we just talked about. And this is huge. This is freaking huge. I just, mention all the problems, and if this solves the problems that we just talked about, then we just found a solution to our problem, right? And obviously, it seems like they're probably going to be they have a lot of big money invested, because this thing's at a 580 million market cap. So there's definitely a lot of big players in Beam right now. And this thing literally just launched back in October 26th. So this thing has literally pumped like over, it says right here 200%, but I'm sure it was more than that. It literally started at 0.003, and right now it's at 0.012. So this thing's like probably going to be approaching $1 soon too. Who knows? Maybe 50 cents. But this is insane, right? And that would kind of pretty much solve the problems that we just talked about. Beam is the blockchain for games. That's why Shrapno used them. I don't even know who Shrapno is. It sounds familiar, but that's bullish, bro. That's super freaking bullish. And by the way, if all of you are still watching this live stream, I'm already like almost 2 hours into the stream. I didn't even realize that. Pretty good stream we had today. We didn't even look into what I wanted to look at. We just kind of like rambled like we usually do. But I'm going to go ahead and leave you with this right before I end the stream. We're going to go ahead and look over the DXY. We're going to kind of slightly look at Bitcoin. We kind of looked at it right now. But we're going to go ahead and look at Wall Street memes, which I think this thing's going to be squeezing very soon as well. Volume was very, very decreased on Wall Street memes. Currently right now at 1.21 million volume of 24 hours. It's a really good sign. It has dumped a little bit over 50%. And I did mention back, like I think a little bit over a month ago, that Wall Street memes could be having some sort of short squeeze coming in, and we're kind of seeing some sort of breakout. We are still right now at an area of resistance, but I do like this kind of volume we have getting picked up. Right, we also had about $1 million that was burned on their buyback burn literally a few days ago. Like less than a week ago, probably like 3 or 4 days ago, they had this buyback burn of $1 million. So I think right now with what we're seeing, I think, Wall Street memes did its thing where it just literally consolidated for a while. I mean, if you count this, it literally consolidated for about 38 days. So almost 40 days of consolidation before some sort of breakout. And I'm actually liking this. You know what I mean? To me, this is kind of bullish. Can it go ahead and be a fake out? I mean, 100%. But what I'm thinking is that this is going to be a similar pattern like we saw with Pepe 2.0, right? With Pepe 2.0, it actually consolidated a lot longer than freaking 40-something days. If you go back over here, let's just say right here, it literally consolidated for over 70 freaking days. 70 days before some sort of breakout to an upside. And as soon as we saw that breakout to an upside, we saw some more confidence in the market, right? Where it just pumps, and now we're going to have another pump. And this is the same thing that I'm believing with Wall Street memes. I just mentioned Pepe 2.0 is heavily shorted. Guess what else is probably heavily shorted? Wall Street memes. John, how do you know? Well, I mean, look at this massive freaking wick, bro. Look at this massive candle. Not wick, candle. This massive candle doesn't come out of nowhere unless there's a super huge whale that knows that something's coming out. Or two, some whales started buying in that actually squeezed out or liquidated some shorts, having them to get stopped out of their position. Meaning, that tells me that if this thing was able to pump over 30%, there's definitely some sort of shorts that got wrecked on this. So I think this is going to have a similar pattern like we're seeing with Pepe 2. Can this thing continue to go down? Yes. But realistically, because we saw this consolidation period already happen, and we're seeing Bitcoin hit, $41,000, if Bitcoin continues with this momentum, when we're seeing a lot of these meme tokens like 118% or 116% on Dog, which earlier in the stream was literally 70% or like 50%, now it's at 116%, literally a 1x. We literally witnessed it, almost a 1x, literally, or 50% live right now. This is giving me an indicator that a lot of more people are willing to throw their money into these meme tokens, meaning that there's probably a lot of people looking at Wall Street memes right now as well. So with that being said, I'm going to be keeping my eyes out on Wall Street memes. and I'm going to be watching this very, very carefully. I think this could be the next play. I think this could go ahead and go back up to possibly its all-time highs, if not even higher. As I mentioned, let's go ahead and see if we measure this. That's a small little 2x, right? 2x. But what I'm thinking is going to happen the same thing where we see these massive kind of like U patterns happen with a lot of these meme tokens, and it kind of almost forms some sort of cup and handle pattern, and then it has that massive breakout to an upside, which usually happens when it's some sort of bull run season happening, right? Obviously, you and I are going to be taking profits as this thing, pumps. It's not going to just go straight in that line like I showed you. Can it go straight up in a line like this? Yes, but more than likely it's going to retrace, similar to what we see with Pepe 2.0, right? The only difference is that with Pepe 2.0, there wasn't that much of a full-on bullish market. Right now, what Pepe 2.0 was doing right here, a 2 to 3x, has a potential of doing a 5 to a 10x after a pump because of the whole entire narrative in the market. And that goes back with Wall Street memes, that even though measuring from what we're seeing, we could do a 2 to 3x on this, but realistically, if Bitcoin continues to do its thing, the market continues to pump, people are feeling a little bit more risky. Realistically, this 2 to 3x is out the door, and a 10x and above is around the corner. And that's kind of what we're looking for, right? We're okay riding these 2 to 3x's because we're using leverage and we're using MEXC. But if we could go ahead and get an additional 10 to 20x trading these tokens, we're going to be freaking happy campers, right? And then we're seeing this even with like Poly Doge, that Dab Master just gave us some alpha on, that this thing's pumping too, right? I think it was at a 6-something million market cap. Now it's at a little bit higher, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So we're seeing in a market that people are willing to go ahead and risk more money, right? So that's literally all I need to know to understand where the market's going, in my opinion. Looking at the fear and greed chart, let's go ahead and see this real quick. We're at greed at 74. It's going to update in 17 hours. And let's go ahead and end this stream looking at DXY, right? We're going to go ahead and talk about the DXY, see where things are going, and then just move on from there. Dab Master says, Wife wants to watch a movie. Have a good night, guys. Take care, bro. Have a good time, and I'll see you tomorrow. Sharp now. I have to look at Sharp now, dude. I'm screenshotting this right now. Where are you at, Hex or Pulse Chain? Hey, how's it going, Paper Hands McKee? Are you a Paper Hands, bro? Hope you're having a good one today, man. No, I'm not on Hex. Is Hex pumping, bro? I know I had somebody on chat, Dabmaster, Moon Joker, that was talking about Hex. I didn't think it was gonna pump, but it seems like everything's pumping right now. Billy says late. Billy says, bro, everything's pumping. Yeah, 100%. So right now, what we want to talk about before I end this stream, because I'm getting pretty tired, and honestly, like, probably gonna call it a night. I can't wait for this market for tomorrow, man. Super freaking excited. So looking at the DXY, we're going to go ahead and see if it's going to react with Bitcoin. We do see, the DXY is slightly trying to go back up. We're going to go ahead and see if it does get rejected at the 103 area. My zone was that the DXY tops off right here at the 103, gets rejected, comes down to the 101, and we continue to have this bullish market. I did mention we also have to be aware that the DXY is getting this overbought territory, which means that the DXY has to kind of come back up in order for this market to continue to go up. And it's kind of the reason why I believe that, the market has probably 1 to 2 weeks left. But realistically, maybe, once DXY does reverses back up, maybe Bitcoin doesn't follow this time. And that's kind of what I'm just going based on what I'm seeing with the DXY, right? I do think the DXY is going to come down. I just don't know when it's going to come down. So it might even break back up to 104 and then it comes down. I think it's going to come back down over here to the 101 before it continues to consolidate here, or even, try to retest the 105 area, which could mean that crypto could dump. So right now we have to go ahead and see how Bitcoin does. I mean, the DXY is slightly up right now, not too much, and Bitcoin just made new all-time highs. But what's really going to be determined is by tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and see how the market reacts, the stock market. And if the market doesn't really react with the DXY, we're in some very good news. One thing I also do want to go ahead and mention what actually happened today, and the reason why everything's pumping, and a lot of people don't understand this, and this is the reason why I believe, as effed up as this sounds, the market's going to pump up higher. You know why? Because we just had some news that actually just happened. Some war actually just broke out, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm going to read this article from Gregory Manarino. An American warship and numerous commercial vessels came under fire in the Red Sea on Sunday, promoting the warship to open fire in self-defense. The AP reported that the U.S. Carnal, a Berkey-class guided missile destroyer, opened fire in self-defense Sunday in the attack of lasted hours. So let's see if we could actually even go ahead and read this article. And we're seeing it right here. Literally just posted about 2 minutes ago on this one, on X. And this is exactly what just happened. So we read this right here. If we could go ahead and read this. And it tells you right here too. Ballistic missiles fired in Yemen's rebels struck 3 commercial ships Sunday in the Red Sea, while a U.S. warship shut down 3 drones in self-defense during the hours-long assault. The U.S. military says, and it just says all this stuff right here. I think apparently it has a video too. Does it have a video? Why am I showing you this? Because this is what pumped the freaking market. You can't make any of this up. This is what freaking pumped the market. So if any of you are wondering, like, oh, why is the market pumping? Well, because we had some sort of freaking war, if you want to call it, or the war that we continue to have. But some missiles were just freaking shot. And this is literally the reason why the freaking market is pumping. And I guess this is kind of old news. I mean, you're seeing some news sources kind of cover it right now. But you're seeing this right here, which we're probably not even going to be able to freaking read without getting charged for everything nowadays. But it says right here, also right here, in October, they shut down 3 cruise missiles and several drones, and all this BS, right? Honestly, I don't even know what's going on with the war. As ignorant as I might sound, I really don't know what's going on. I just know some war is going on in the world. I don't know what is the reason. I don't know why it's happened. I mean, I know why it's happening. It's obviously in order for this market to go up higher, right? But besides like the political side of things, I really don't know what's going on. And honestly, I really don't care. Not trying to sound like, you know, like anything, but honestly, like I don't listen to news, because this is all fake news anyways, right? They're gonna go ahead and say whatever they want. They're gonna pump the markets, whatever the case is. I don't know what's going on, bro. That's what I'm going to say. I don't know what's going on with this war stuff. Honestly, I really don't care. I'm not really into like all this political BS. Like I'm aware of political stuff, but I don't care about it because I'm looking at the DXY. And the DXY tells me literally the whole entire narrative. I don't even have to look at the news to understand what's going on in the world. As ignorant as that might sound, but if you see how the DXY reacts and how the market reacts on certain news, you don't even have to know about news. Like as soon as I saw that article when it says, oh no, missile shot or something like that, I was like, dude, this market's gonna freaking pump coming Monday. Guess what? It pumped today. So we're gonna go ahead and see how long this pump lasts. Maybe it's a whole week. It just so happens that, you know, whatever bad news we get on the economy, it just so happens to be bullish for the market. I'm sure a lot of these politicians probably loaded up on freaking defense stocks on Friday. And it just so happens that freaking Friday, the stock market ended green. Like, you can't make any of this up. Even if you tried, you can't make any of this up. So I'm sure a lot of politicians probably loaded up on defense stocks on Friday. You know, the market ended on green on Friday, which, you know, I found quite interesting. It usually doesn't happen that way. But I knew something weird and fishy was going to be coming in. I was like, there's no way the market ended green on a Friday. This is really suspicious. That means a green market coming in this week is going to happen. We might be followed with a temporary dip in the market where a lot of people are going to panic sell because of what's going on. But in my opinion, I think we're probably going to end the week green. The only thing I am a little bit concerned is about the DXY, and then we're just gonna go ahead and see what kind of other BS news is going on about like some BS war or something like that. As long as this war narrative continues to pump, the higher the market's gonna go. I'm telling you, I told a lot of you. Unfortunately, the more pain, the more pumps we're gonna see in this market. And with that being said, just be on the lookout with the DXY. That's the only thing I'm concerned at right now. And Vasilio says, that's okay, John. I ignore the news. Yeah, I ignore the news too, bro. So I really don't know what's going on with the news. I'm sorry if I sound freaking ignorant with what I just said. But as I mentioned, let's just focus on the DXY. I don't like to focus on the other stuff because it's just all a distraction. But as long as we continue to focus on the DXY and understand the narrative behind the news, we could go ahead and assume that there's going to be some sort of pump, right? So that's why we're getting this pump. For anybody wondering why we're getting the pump, is because of these missile attacks or something like that going on that propped up the market. With that being said, I hope all of you enjoyed this video today. Vasilio says, ship attack on the same week as Pearl Harbor. Interesting, man. I didn't even know that. That's crazy. See, dude, I try not to like be too on this like political stuff because I know all of it's like dumb in my opinion. I have my own opinions, but I don't believe in any of that. I think those are just solely distractions for every one of you, and me included. I don't watch any of this. All I do is stick to the DXY, understand what's going on with the economy, understand what's going on with the Federal Reserve, and then just put one and one together. But overall, I try not to focus too much on these bad news. I would suggest you not to either. I don't watch any of these news. I don't know what goes on. But that's what pumped this market, and that's why I wanted to go ahead and share that article with you. But that's freaking crazy, bro. With that being said, I hope all of you enjoyed this video today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you didn't catch me on this live stream live, hope to go ahead and catch you live tomorrow, and hopefully we wake up to $45,000 Bitcoin and we all make money. Go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below. And I'll catch all of you later on today. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Later, Vasilio, Billy, Glenn, Blockchain, Billy. Wait, I think I already said Billy. I'll catch all of you on to the next one.